What's up, C3? Yeah, I saw. Yeah, somebody sent it to me because I got blocked. I got blocked by that person, so somebody had to send it to me off that. Yeah, that shit goofy as hell. Funny as hell too. That shit goof. That shit hilarious. They've been threatening to do this for like years now. What's Eden, Warren, Maya? Uh, they should. I'm new here, and that ninja tagged me. Yeah, what's hold on. I'll invite you up in a second. I'll invite people up in a second. Yeah, they threatening to sue. Like, yeah, we're gonna take legal action against these pretendians. I believe, like, who? We not even messing with these people, yo. Like, what are you talking about? We simply exist and they're mad. Like, come on, bro. We are not messing with these people. What's up, Frenchie? Yeah, can't wait to say that. Yeah, I'll bring people up soon in a few minutes. Ah, what's up? Yeah, I'm like, so you don't have to claim, so you don't claim to be original of America. Like my folks are from the Eastern Woodlands. Like, shit, let a lawsuit come up. We gonna counter sue then. We going straight to the BIA. How about that? People gonna have to start showing some genealogy. How about that? Yeah, people gonna have to start showing their genealogy. How about that? Entertaining document topic. Yeah, I said document. What? when do I say they come from Siberia? Show me where I said they came from Siberia. Right? The Athabascans language is literally connected to Siberia. Can't wait till you show yours. Like, yeah, we can have a paperwork party. Even want to see who run out of grandmas first. Since people talk about legal action, yeah, legal action means paperwork. People have to show paperwork and prove their claim. How about that? People have to show paperwork for real. No, because BIA don't you don't need DNA to enroll in the tribe. That's not required by the BIA, right? BIA requires documentation, paperwork. It's gonna be a field. I'll show mine. Uh-huh. And folks gonna have to show theirs. What are we talking about? Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna bring people up. I'm gonna bring people up soon. Ugh. Hmm. They gonna have to prove reclassification doesn't exist, right? They gonna have to prove reclassification didn't happen, misclassification didn't happen. They gonna have to prove this stuff. You know, find your way. I found my way. You fuck niggas need to find y'all way. Y'all projecting y'all fucking insecurities on the other people. That's the problem. Y'all don't even know about y'all. Y'all don't even know about yourselves. Y'all don't even love yourselves. Y'all wake up every day feeling like pieces of shit. Mad at us. Hachito. All right, I'm here. What's up, y'all?
I just Nigerian talking about pretending. Worry about China. Don't you know the native Chinese cousins over there colonizing Nigeria, buddy? Don't y'all got problems with people essaying in Nigeria, buddy? Don't y'all got human trafficking problems in Nigeria, buddy? And you worry about pretending. You can't make this up. Oh, it's my fault, Darby.
Yeah, let's try to keep it.
I'm gonna keep it on the main topic.
Yeah, let's keep it.
They be talking about everything but deodorant.
Oh.
What's up? What's up, Maya?
Hey. I was just gonna say, like, oh, so they're threatening to sue us. Well, okay, well, since they want to do that, they can go ahead and join, the line of people who owe us reparations for enslavement, since they're all accepting of that whole Native Americans owning slave. Well, they can join that line then, and they can pay up too, because the whole reparations argument has kind of been between us and the Europeans, but they can come on and give me my bread too. You know what I'm saying? If they want to play the game to me. Oh.
How about see something up here, you check? Who is?
Cause they acting like they ain't got no sense now. I don't know what's wrong.
Niggas out here talking about pretending.
I'm glad Daitiki brought that up, because I have already decided how I'm gonna deal with these people. Whenever they anger me or annoy me, I'm simply going to redirect them back to their issues and their problems, because that's some sickness, right? That is sick. Like, that is some girl interrupted type stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let me tell. Oh, I gotta tell UIHS. Yeah, I was about to say. Let me. Yeah, I'm about to let some folks know. Like, hey, folks threatening to sue. We know paralegals, man. Like people that know the law here, bro.
Niggas be so obsessed with Black Americans, they don't make no sense.
What's going on, Darby? Hey, everybody on the panel.
What's up, Naturalist?
Hear me out. You listening?
What's up?
Don't worry about what quote unquote African Americans doing when y'all got so much problems in Nigeria. I can't get over this, man. That's like, imagine your house on fire. Imagine your house on fire. I'm done.
Take it, Darby, now. Hey,
but for real though, we got nothing to worry about.
I have seen this one girl video that she's trying to push this up, talking about we all a cult or whatever. But my whole thing is that was the only little thing I seen. I ain't even watched the whole little thing because it sounded like a bunch of crying. But I think it's a great idea, because at this point we'll be able to actually see who is really truly indigenous to America, and then we'll see, like, I feel like on both sides, because again, like, we got it on both sides, so I want to see who is who. But my whole thing is, if she says that it won't be them, it's gonna be somebody else, so why are you trying to get somebody else to fight y'all battles?
Oh, they need a big homie. Oh, they need a big homie.
Yeah, that's what she was saying. She was like, oh yeah, I think it's gonna be us, it's not gonna be us. And my second question is, if you taking who y'all taking to court first off? Like, y'all have to find individuals that y'all trying to take to court. And then, like, what are y'all taking them to court for?
Right.
They said Drake tried to sue Universal, so they got the idea from Drake.
We got
They gonna-
genealogy
I got
records
my
go back
ass
to
whooped.
the 1300s.
They said
You-
I got
you
my
said
ass
what?
They
whooped.
can't prove what's wrong.
What you say, D4?
So we got records going back to the 1300s.
I got records going back to the 1100s. Your point? And
Wow,
I'm
man,
African.
you're
I
more
can tell
than
you,
me.
I know what part of Africa I come from. So I'm what you call I just say I'm Afro-Indigenous, right? So like D4 Daddy, what tribe are you, buddy? Are you from the Great Plains? Are you Southwestern? I'm not on no funny shit, but I'm respectful at the end of the day. I don't got no problem with you.
I hear ya.
Hold on, let me say this real quick. Cherokee Bill, like respectfully, they don't care about y'all. Like they accept y'all because
Listen. Trust me,
y'all
I'm
claim y'all
already
African.
knowing.
So
I'm just trying to ask some questions. I'm just trying to ask questions. That's all. That's the least to trust me. I've been on this.
I know, but I
panel
want to
with the same
see.
people.
He said he got claims. Well, he got records to 1300s, but I just want to see, like,
I
are you
wanna
one of the
see.
natives that's supposed to be taking these people to court?
Now,
What?
can he answer my question first? I just want to respect.
Can't sue my people.
What'd you say?
They can't sue us.
Sue who? We ain't talking about suing you. It's the other way around.
They can't sue the Black Indians.
But D4, you don't.
Because we've been here for the longest.
Is this Big Back?
Better save them TikTok gifts.
Yeah, this is
Boy,
goddamn Big
better
Back.
get that
Bye, Big
money,
Back.
boy.
Yeah, bye, Big Back. It's just, yeah, I knew it from that giggle that was him.
Yeah.
Still looking for stuff to steal. What's up, Haley? As soon as I saw that gig. Oh, there go. What's up, Krista?
You said Big Back.
Yeah,
But
as soon as
naturalistic. I knew he was a troll. That's why I started asking questions. Because I was gonna ask him what tribe he was, and I was gonna speak the language. But you know, you speak the language. Speak the language. Why
what's
don't you
up?
live in a teepee? What family members live on a reservation? What did you take a DNA test? You look West African. It'd be the same thing, man. Same thing at different day.
What's up? What's up, Krista? What's up, CR?
You know what? I like to ask them, what was the name of the grandmammy that walked from the eastern part of America to Oklahoma? What's her name? You gotta know her name, because in my family, if we had a grandmama that walked from North Carolina to Oklahoma, we would remember her name, because she was a strong some damn motherfucking damn goddamn body, right? So we'd all remembered her name. Okay, her name would be like all the grandchildren would have known that grandmama so and so, Jimmy Jam, walked from Goldsboro, North Carolina to Oklahoma, to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Probably what she would have walked to. Yeah, like they don't know the grandmama. What's her name? What's her name to walk from the east to over there to Oklahoma? They can't answer that question. I get thrown off stage. That's fine. I don't mind.
That's crazy.
In the other direction, they wasn't leaving those areas. They were going into it. One of them admitted it in one of my lives when Yaya confronted him about it, because he was talking about his people was in Washington State, and we was like, okay, so where was your people during the Indian Removal Act? This motherfucker said his people was up in the Rockies, because we was asking him where did his folks go. You did. He was talking about, we was going into Ohio, California, and Nevada. So it's like, wait a minute, you're going in the opposite direction that people are being sent from. And y'all ain't even involved in the conflicts that was going on out all over the country, you heard me? So it's like, how the hell are y'all claiming to have this rich history that none of them ever speak on? Like dude talking about he go back to the 13th. Man, look here. You ain't even got 1,300 years of history for y'all to sit here and want to talk about how long y'all been here. But when we get to talking about the who's who, the when, the how, the what, the where, and that why, they don't never have no answers. They just run up out of here. So yeah, I really don't even engage with them no more, because all they're gonna do is get your lives struck down. So
yeah,
we see what type of time they on. And if they talk about suing, let them, because we got paperwork. We've been wanting them to show theirs.
That's why I brought that up earlier. They gonna have to show their shit.
Tell it, they never do, bro. It's like we be in a circular argument with these same individuals that are getting these lives. Oh, show your paperwork, home. But they don't never show theirs. They hiding that abuela. They don't want to talk about what their people was doing during the Indian Removal Act, during these conflicts and shit like that. They don't never had that history. Oh, but we was here 1,500 years ago, 15,000 years ago. But y'all ain't got, y'all can't speak on one ancestor, not one part of history, not one conflict y'all was a part of. Like, come on now, when are the lies going to stop? That's what I really want to know, because that's what I'm seeing on here, even from the ones that's been ducking me on Twitter, that's over here wanting to speak so freely, but still be on that same bullshit. You don't print, you don't produce no receipts, you don't stand on no facts. Y'all just up here, y'all Africans, y'all, you know what I'm saying, all the little trigger words to get the lies struck down. And they still skate off with no evidence, no proof. Didn't even stand in the paint on nothing they talking about, but they got the nerve to talk about they want to sue. I want to see this. I want to see this play out.
For sure. We got folks in probably recognized tribes and stick recognized tribes. What you talking about? Ain't nobody scared to go into no tribe. Oh, they don't claim y'all. Like who y'all know that they don't claim us?
So how about this right here? Did that right there happen? Tell me which one of them that happened to. Which one of y'all grandmas to Negro to be similar more to? Which one of your grandmamas? Because I remember hearing them say that, you know, they had to become the coleslaw cheering. You know, they couldn't be the one drop cheering. They had to be the coleslaw cheering. Okay. But so which one of their grandmamas turned into Negro? And none of them don't even know nothing about this. What? Huh? No way. They don't like this one either. This is a question they can't answer either. This is a stumper. So I'm Crystal Latrice Spalding. Yes, call me honey. You can take me to court first. I will be very obliged to put a countersuit on you, your tribe, and the Bureau of Indian Affairs, and the Department of the Interior, and definitely the Department of Energy. Yes, please sue me. Please, thank you. Yes. I implore you to do such. You're welcome. I'll be the first person. I'll be the first nigger for you, okay? First Indian. Okay. Let's go. Since they want to sue somebody, sue me.
Who said that though? Like, who started that? Like, what? This is new to me to hear this.
I forgot this
video, girl. Someone got a whole video.
Yeah, they got me blocked. So
oh God,
I didn't get to see it. They say they're gonna have a live stream on implementing a law, like how you could legally take legal action against us, how they can take legal action against us. They got a whole. They're gonna have strategy lives on legal action. Like, why would y'all gonna showcase that to the public? Like, we can't see it.
Wow.
Well, I guess
no good. They just gonna help our class action lawsuit kick in even more so, and that'll be us starting with the fourth law of the land, them tribes, because we're gonna go through them, then we're gonna hit the states up, then we're gonna hit the federal up, and they're gonna have to address them treaties because that's the supreme law. So we could start from the bottom or we could go to the top. What's happening?
The woman who said that looks white tea, so.
Or we could burn the candle from the middle. We could cut a hole in the middle of the candle and set that bitch on fire from the middle. What? Let's go.
What's up? Just looking. Man,
then talking trash, but you're blocking people as well. Like what?
Yeah, Phoenix had sent me the video still. She was like, "What?" I was like, "Damn, I can't even see it. It's unavailable."
Yo, is this alive with Moors? Or is this alive with so-called black people?
Where do you see the word Moors? Or did you hear the word Moor? We didn't say the word Moor not one time. There's nothing on the background about Moors. What you talking about?
I'm trying to figure it out.
I see y'all talking about Native Americans and treaties and stuff.
Or
midnight. Do y'all know where these treaties come from or where they started at? was the oldest treaty in
I'm
America.
talking about treaties, bro. I'm not talking about dealing with them Moors. I'm talking about the treaties that dealt with my family in the southeast region of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, the Carolinas, Kentucky, Virginia, Tennessee. Them the treaties I'm talking about. I ain't talking about no international maritime bullshit. That's what's wrong with you niggas. Y'all keep looking at this shit that ain't got nothing to do with us here in the mainland. But when we tell y'all about the ones that's involving our families, including yours, if your people from any of them states that I just mentioned, but y'all don't look at that information. Y'all just want to harp on some fucking on some what that shit called peace and friendship bullshit that don't have nothing to do with us here. You niggas is not Moroccan. You niggas is not sovereign. I didn't watch buku of y'all get your head bust and go to jail in real fucking life behind that shit. You niggas need to get off that goofy shit, because I didn't witness the old and young get handled because they want to be on. I'm sovereign. I ain't gotta acquiesce to the police, and they get pew down. Now families gotta bury their loved ones because they listening to y'all goofies.
I don't know why
We
Morris
ain't about to
being
keep losing
mentioned,
our people to y'all and y'all dumbass shit, bro. My bad, sis. But I just had to get that off because these niggas be really lost with that shit and be leading our people astray. And y'all don't realize when you give up your citizenship, I mean, when you change who you are, you can't change it back. So y'all want to talk about that status correction shit? Sorry, Crystal, that includes you too, sis. But when we do shit like that, we need to make sure we thorough with it. Because if we do that, we can fuck ourselves off.
No, so mine is just updating your who you are at the Social Security office. That's it. Okay, who you is at the Social Security office. Now, if you are from across the water, then you pick that box. Any racial group from Africa, pick that box. But for me, I've been American Indian when I went and got my Social Security. When I was 15, y'all. So that's the only one that you got to correct. All the other shit is fuddy-duddy. Everything else is fucking foreign. Everything
I'm
else
tired of hearing about Moors.
You
I'm tired of hearing about
know,
Moors. The Moors that came over here were mixed.
I love to hear. I love to hear when you say you're American Indian and then you say you from across that water, you're African American. Let me tell you something, man. Now you speak English. You speak my motherfucking English language, bitch.
Because
man, shut your goofy ass up.
What are you speaking about? I'm speaking my English.
You people did not create English. You don't even have lips. You can barely make the sounds. You can barely make the sounds. You don't have lips to be making the sounds that come out your mouth. So I don't know what you're talking about. We can hear you struggling to pronounce the words. Like what?
You speak English. You speak English. So
you didn't create English.
You using my alphabet, sure. What you talking about?
Yeah, where you from? Where you from now, woke?
Well, hey, let me tell you something.
No, you're gonna answer my question.
You gonna answer that question?
You gonna answer my question now, or you gonna get off this panel?
Ain't nothing like that.
We ain't got
party.
This ain't the YT show.
Well, what's up? Now what's up?
Woke
this
is
ain't
the
black
show.
Oh no, this not the I'm YT and I say so show. You know, he came up here slurring. Like, how much beer did you drink before you got on the goddamn panel?
I don't think he drank anything. I think that's because he has no lips, so he's struggling to get the sounds out.
His teeth in the way.
Lips are important to pronounce these syllables. We're saying so.
Ain't no, but we ain't even. Oh, y'all try and speak the King's language. Like, yeah, what's up? Hey, what's up, Nikki? You're awesome. Thank y'all for the gifts. Let's get the corn gifts up. I need 30. I need 33 more.
Hey, Samuel.
When you say you're Native American,
me ain't Native American.
You're saying you don't have no African descent.
Oh my gosh.
We're not Native American. When nobody said we were Siberian descendants. When did we say that? We're not Native American. We're American Indians.
Okay, somebody said they were Native, or I thought I heard somebody saying that.
No, I don't think you heard that up here. You might have heard it in another live.
An Indian, not Native American.
They are not come up here and learn from lessons.
Indian. So you're saying you don't have no Africanness in you at all?
What we're saying. That's what
if we can find it, we'll say it. Like what?
I just asked, dude.
Boy, going off source. Like if we find it, we'll say it.
One or two. That still don't make us completely African. We still got hundreds, if not thousands, of people from here. So them 1, 2 don't make us them. That's what y'all need to stop doing and
I have one
conflating
too.
people's ancestry, because y'all, I only found one out of hundreds of people. So you mean to tell me I'm full-blooded African because I found one? The fuck out of here, bro. Y'all need to stop that shit. That's what's disingenuous when it comes to these conversations. Don't nobody want to stand on the truth. Or when we see the facts right there in front of us, people still want to deny it and just let their programming kick in. Oh, nah, that don't mean that. Y'all steal this, y'all steal that. Y'all ain't from, you know what I'm saying? It be that type of bullshit. It's like people don't want to be honest even when we're showing the proof.
Right. We ain't never have after that to cook up. Somebody commented that. No, y'all right, to be honest. Like, good question. I wanted to know that. We got someone with a chimp as their profile picture. We already know you ain't up to no good. Someone go ahead and mute you. You ain't got nothing to provide. Mute. Your DNA will show. Why y'all always bring up DNA, but y'all don't name? Can y'all name the people that y'all find with y'all DNA test? Outside of a parent, a grandparent, maybe. What's up, Combat Vet? What's up, Chicago Creole? You got the Chicago Creole in here. Where's the source? You always bring up DNA. All right, cool. Well, like, who's your 5th grade grandparent that you found with a DNA test? Stage 1.
Darvin, I was having a conversation with somebody in another live. They were talking about the DNA shit, and I was like, "Well, how many relatives you found over there in Africa with that DNA test?" They was claiming 3, and they named the places where they found them. And I was like, "Well, how far removed are they?" They never answered the question, because all of the cousins that shit tried to pair to me was 4th and 5th cousins. Y'all know damn well there ain't no relation to them people, so I don't even know why they even reaching with that shit. And even with those people that they gave me hits off of, none of them were in Africa. So how the fuck am I African when I ain't even finding nobody that is tagging me to?
Yeah, what's your question?
Yeah, what is the difference between Native Indian and American Indian?
Native Indian and American Indian? Native
You mean
American?
Native American? Well, nobody said the words Native Indian. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
YT people were the first people to call themselves Native Americans. So if you're a Native American, and by definition, anybody born an American can be a Native American, right? And if we talk about Native Americans, if they legally classify themselves, they would have to classify themselves as American Indians legally. Native American is not a legal term found in any law book.
Yeah, anybody born in the USA is a Native American.
So if you get federally recognized, only if you're a federally recognized tribe or if you're legally classified as a Native American. Only in a federally recognized tribe. But Indian is found in the goddamn law book. That means the Aboriginal of the United States. So if you're claiming to be the Aboriginal of the United States or indigenous, right? Then you have to be an American Indian in the United States.
That's true.
What's up, A-Dub?
Yo.
What's going on?
I just want to chime in, man. I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all see me, but I don't really show my face, but I just want to chime in. I just moved to a new place. I got better lighting. So y'all going to see a lot more production from me as far as like being on the creator side. Speaking of what my brother's talking about. You know what I mean? I definitely go into to the litigation side, and we go into court. And we actually go into outside of arguing with like the back and forth, and like we actually argue with the court. And it's really no argument there because we have the documents, stuff like that shows who we are. Right. So therefore, I just want to show my face because I know I'll be popping in and out. Everybody know who AW is. Always come, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Appreciate that. Yeah.
So we're actually building something too. I'm also a Black Panther. You know what I mean? So we're also like doing stuff like deep in the community and teaching a lot of things to the youth. So anybody want to tap in, like just tap in, bro. Like, I mean, it's all love, but you know, I'm a Pisces, so therefore we only got a short fuse with my business, and my business is my people. So
right, for sure.
I love you, bro. Hey, keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm gonna holler at you. All
right, much love. Woo! You guys Seminole. I ain't Seminole. I'm not a Seminole. But shout out to the Seminoles.
I mean, yeah. Little chop shop want to talk about somebody else. Get the fuck out of
here. Man, why they be so mad, like making rap songs? It's like, right, if you could sue for cultural appropriation, I'm sure we would, right?
They had baby boys. Get the fuck on.
Right, they rapping like us. They making rap songs and shit. Like, come on, man. No. First Nation, like, and these folks be tribes that ain't even our goddamn tribes. We ain't got nothing. Most of our people ain't got nothing to do with. Like, you Lakota, cool. You Apache, Navajo. Like, what that got to do with folks east of the Mississippi? Like, we not young. Like, how does me being Powhatan stop you from being a goddamn Navajo? Nothing. It doesn't.
They invaded all the West Coast tribes. They invaded all them tribes.
Shout out to the Airwalk. Shout out to the Airwalk.
This where Chief is gonna break down too. So
Lala. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, they might hot as hell. Like hot as hell, man.
So let me get this straight. They can make plans to sue us, but with everything else they're going through, they infantilize themselves like they're so helpless. Like they don't go and try to sue like the Europeans for what they did.
Right.
That's because they are European. That's why.
Exactly. Thank you, Venus. Thank you, Venus, for actually. Thank you. Now I can. Now, all right, that makes sense.
Like, yeah, why?
They ain't even the real Europeans either, because the real Europeans have brown skin too. I don't know what they is. Some
Yeah, they're like, yeah, like why aren't they shit? Why aren't they suing YT people? Right.
From Louisiana too. That's so cool. I'm also from Louisiana.
I was born in California though.
Oh, that's what's up. I'm born. I'm a native New Orleanian.
Yeah, period.
Yeah.
And what parish you from?
Me?
I'm from New Orleans. You already know what parish I'm representing. I just want to know where my fellow Louisianians from.
Oh, well, I'm from Orleans Parish.
My mom was born in
Alexandria. Where your folks from? I know I'm being a little nosy.
The same. It's the same. I'm from the cutoff, really. I was raised in the cutoff.
Okay.
Yeah, all my peoples.
Hey, cousin, I'm from New Orleans.
Most of them, anyway.
Okay, Sweet Shop is from New Orleans.
Oh, nah.
Sweet Shop. Well, the YT European. Let's see. Got to cut the hand off the invisible hand, aka the black nobility. I'm just reading comments right now. Once they go to court, we can countersue and bring everything to light. Exactly. Louisiana descendant here. Chicago Creole. Sweet Shop says she's from Uptown, or he is from Uptown. Someone said 7th Ward.
I was born in Thomas, grew up in the 3rd. My family out the 9th Ward. My mom and them stayed in the Desire Project. She did. Like when the Black Panther Party was out there, they was helping my family on both sides was staying out there. You heard me? When that whole little standoff happened, my peoples was there. So that shit's embedded in me.
For sure. Shout out to them folks. Shout out to our Louisiana folks. I barely see people from Baltimore on the internet. I might just have to hop on Lil Reggie's son stream or something. Nah, Bama here. Tinker said Bama. Yeah, drop where y'all from. Drop the state y'all from in the chat. Drop the state y'all from. Let's rep our states tonight. You know, I'm repping my country, Baltimore. We are our own country, so that's what I'm gonna rep. North Carolina, New York, Maryland. What part of Maryland you from, Pony Boy? Cali, Opelousas, Connecticut, Georgia, Chicago, California, Chicago. Fred, oh, you from Fred? Oh, my bad. I didn't mean to say it like that, but Texas, Virginia, North Carolina, Rhode Island, Cali, Mansfield, Ohio. Please check the police. Wow, try to frame you? I'll check it out. CO said Maryland, Texas, Compton. He said, "Hi." You, I was about to say that. Like you out there with the Germans. Like ain't nobody going to Frederick. But he said, "Hi, you." What's up, Chicago?
Hey, Darby.
Arkansas. David said Arkansas.
Hey,
Most people
y'all.
go ahead. Oh yeah, you can go ahead. I was reading the comments.
Oh, you good? I was just gonna say thank y'all for having me up here. Thank you.
So
For
no
having me
problem.
up here.
Yeah, thank you for coming through.
No problem. I was saying down in the comments, like, why do the natives they be getting so mad? It ain't, I mean, not even only the natives, like I see a lot of other cultures of people, like non-melanated Afro having people, they be upset with us now about us actually telling our story and our history and our genealogy. But I noticed, like, when we was just making rap songs and tap dancing and serving them in their homes, and our grandmothers was taking care of their kids and fixing up their houses and shit, you know, everybody was cool with us.
Right.
But it seemed like now that we like, oh, hey, well, you know, we actually do know where we're from. We actually do know our grandparents, our heritage. We actually do know our culture. Everybody up in flames. But as long as we was acting like some tap dancing circus animals, they was killed.
Right.
What's that all about? What's the anger all about? Y'all thought y'all was the only ones that come from like divineness or something? Y'all just thought we was really gonna believe the story that we just came here as slaves and it was nothing before and it will be nothing after?
Right, exactly. That's fair. Yeah, they don't want to see us be great. That's all. They don't want to see us be great. But they continue with us being identityless. Go ahead.
It's funny you said that because I had said that to somebody earlier today. I'm like, y'all mad at us because all we did was woke up and be great.
Facts. Yeah. But yeah, like they just continue with us not knowing who we were and not being nothing. Now that we woke up to something and reconnecting with our families, now it's a problem. Like it's the end of the world now. They're like, oh, they have some pride in themselves now, right? Even though we never really lost our pride. It's just like, oh, now it's like being on full effect now. Like, they're confident now. Oh my goodness. We never seen this level of confidence from them ever. Or in a long time at least, right?
Facts. Yeah, that lady got a good point though. She said that we were only African. Why would we be renamed so many times?
Right. And why were we called Africans from the jump? Why they had to call us Negro and black and colored and shit? Like, you know, right?
Use the definition of those words too. Like they didn't change the meaning of those words that they've been calling
exactly.
us. They keep moving shit around, remixing shit, adding shit to it that don't got nothing to do with us. And now that we got the term that we dealing with now, Black/African American, they think it's them or it means somebody of them when it never was even applied to them to begin with. It's just now they keep playing this little word game, and they didn't. And we're the only ones that's really catching the grunt of this. I had to check an Irish dude on Twitter today because he was talking about how that white fatigue bullshit. I had to share an article with him talking about when they wasn't even considered YT. He ain't say nothing else under that post.
Right. Facts. Man, I saw some things on Twitter, man. I was like, yeah, let me mind my fucking business, man.
Like Jay said, do your research.
Right, like you're like being engaged in Twitter politics leave you with a headache. I swear. I was like, that's why I be talking a little much. I had to delete my Twitter. I can't. Yeah, I don't blame people that decide to not be like. It's just ridiculous on Twitter.
It's a cesspool where the most uneducated, sorrowful people go to just spew bullshit that they've learned. Like nothing that they say is facts. They don't provide lists. They just say the hatred that's on their heart. That's the only thing that's on Twitter.
Go ahead, CR. Oh, my bad. Let you. But yeah, go ahead, CR.
Oh shit, I was gonna let her finish, but yeah, it's a lot of them over there that's taking a lot of the talking points that we bringing over to here because they were so dishonest with, you know what I'm saying, us presenting this information and us actually going outside and standing on it, and now that they then joined together, because like we didn't win against damn near every faction over there, and confronted them in real life too, like I'll be dead ass serious. Shit, I don't know. He ain't seen a lot of the work we done did, and now we've been even trying to make them be in the real world with this shit. Cause all of y'all just on here for likes and clicks and cacas and cookies, and y'all just going along to get along, and y'all stuck in this spin cycle. And it's nasty work on there, the shit that they doing. Cause a lot of them then got exposed. And now that we're not really there keeping the holding that line, a lot of them just started just going back to the same old bullshit. Same people then got ran down for putting out bullshit, misinformation, false information, pseudo history, or want to call us obstructionists because we're actually standing on documented proof. Even when it comes to challenging their ideology, whether it's the Freedmen's, the ADOS, the FBA, the Native Americans, the YTs, because I done ran them down several times, calling them out too. Even our celebrities, it's like we bar none. Everybody needs to have that work when it comes to how they want to be representing us. Who even that Jamila Hill or whatever the fuck that chick name is, she done got that work too. I done had interviews with Dr. Sandy Darity as well as other people that we done had in these movements when it come to reparations and introducing even new information to them that they haven't looked into to helping us get this restorative justice, and coming to find out that a lot of them didn't even write their own material. So it's like, why are we using this literature as a Bible to how we're going to get our repair just because they are considered an economist? Or they're considered an author, you know what I'm saying? Or they did a little research on some African shit, and now they speaking on. They out putting videos out talking about how we about to be deported, Mr. Shoemaker. Like their own community, yet alone all of these outside people. But I tell you one thing though, Darvid, if they really want to play that game, that's over your head, brother. I'm ready. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm ready, cause y'all just gonna help me get my shit back that much faster, and y'all gonna fund it.
Exactly.
That part.
Oh, well, they can play these games if they want to. That's all I got to say. They can play because they ain't gonna have to start showing. Oh, yeah, let's bring out the paperwork, especially if we countersue. Folks gonna have to actually prove what they got going on. You feel me? Right, let's do it. Yeah, if you haven't already, make sure.
Paperwork. A lot of them come off like they just like something is really kind of wrong with them. Like I don't know what it is. It's just
It's a lot of. Oh my god. It's a lot of people with mental things logging on their phones every day.
Yes. Y'all, I just be like, all right, man. Okay, we pretend. Okay, we just pretend. Just like y'all pretending that y'all didn't own slave. Like, all right, well.
Yeah, we dealing with a lot of people that's mentally off, logging on their phones every day, like logging in on their social media every day. You know, it's just like I won't even touch these people. I'm glad I wouldn't hope to come across these people in real life, honestly. Like, yeah, they just off. Like something's off with folks. But yeah, if you haven't already, make sure you follow me. You want to see this gorgeous face every live stream. If anybody wants to come up, feel free. If anybody wants to come up, feel free. It's an open panel. But yeah, I just found I got blocked by the person, so somebody had to send it to me off the app. the video that was made off the app. So I was like, oh, they got me blocked. That's amazing. That's amazing. It's always interesting to see because you can actually see who blocks you on Twitter. It's always interesting to see who has you blocked. Facts, all internet
I'm on a
talk.
few people shit list already, bro. Like, nigga, I just got here.
Oh hell yeah!
You can't make this shit up, bro. Somebody, I got put in the court yesterday. It was out of nowhere, but it was due to come in, and some of the people who they feel still like didn't get their redemption, didn't even show up to that little situation. But it was a lot of understanding was given, and it still needs to be a little bit more because y'all already know, well, you know damn sure that we don't play that cult shit, and even the ganging up on people type shit. I'm used to it because how motherfuckers used to try and do me on Twitter, so I know how to handle that shit. I could punch going backwards, you dig? So I'm a different breed, but it do need to be addressed if this is supposed to be a community type shit. Some things we still do to each other in defense of other people that we fellowship with still would put us in that type of position or would present it as that type of situation, even on these social media apps. And this is what people is trying to say they avoid it. You dig? Right. I let people do what they do in the moment, because if we're gonna address it in the moment, and if that's what it is, then that's just what the fuck it is, and people gonna go their separate ways. But if we really supposed to be doing this as a people, I'm not gonna hold none of this shit and motherfucker say the heart on here because you ain't stopping my money, you ain't keeping me from doing nothing that I got going on over here. So I'm not even about to waste my time on that shit. You said what you had to say. If I run back across you, we gonna try and get some clarification on where the shit might have went left. And other than that, shit, if it stay left, then that's what the fuck it is. Shit, just like I be saying, bro, we all come from different tribes, and sometimes we didn't get along, and it's still like that today. But if we know we all in this movement, we still got a finish line that we trying to get to. Even if I may not agree with you, I'm gonna stay over here. You just lock on with another nigga down that way. Because we still going this way together, but I'm just not gonna be, you know what I'm saying? You did, but it is what it is. I live and let live. Love everybody until they really do something to me. Because right now we just exchanging words and information, and I ain't taking nothing outside of insult to my genealogy personal.
Yeah, exactly. Right, I don't even got issues with folks. Like, it is what it is. It's folks that don't like me, but it's whatever. I ain't gonna say I love you, nah, but it is what it is. I don't wish harm or bad on folks, because they ain't none of y'all on the internet have actually done anything to me, right? But yeah, we got Sun King and Sweet Shop up here. What's up?
All should start getting prepared to go to court, because once this system now, there's so much lies built up on them. Like, so to be honest, I don't even think they're gonna allow them that easily to go to court, because they want this lie to stay hidden as well. So if y'all going to court to try to sue us, then we got our documents, we got our genealogy, we got our information. They know the truth anyway. The people in the courthouse, they know the truth. They know who we are. So bringing that to court and us countersuing that's gonna crumble this whole system. All shit gonna come down. So I don't even think they really want that. But I really feel like this our season. And I feel like that may be the thing that may bring it out. Them wanting to be spiteful, they're trying to dig a hole for us. They're gonna wind up falling in that hole that they're trying to dig for us.
I mean, so we got the evidence. Why don't we go to court and sue them? Folks sue these tribes all the goddamn time. Like, this ain't a new thing. Folks sue tribes that don't enroll them.
No, I ain't biblical at all, but doggone that. What's that prayer? He said he prepares my enemy. They prepared the table for me.
For the table for my enemy.
Yeah, they doing it for us. So let them go ahead.
Yeah, let them do it. Let them file all the paperwork. Let them bring it there, and we gonna show up.
Exactly. Thank you. I gave him my name, Crystal Latrice Spall, to put me front.
That's saving us lawyer fees. We got a lawyer. We just got to bring our paperwork.
Exactly.
Eggs.
Put me in the front. I don't mind. And then we can hit the Department of Energy in the head. Yeah. Boom.
Oh, yeah, wait till I let Phoenix and Latasha them up. It's like, do they really want this? But I let everybody on board, you know.
Y'all remember that gas station called Citgo? Well,
Yeah.
that gas station, that company is sitting on some of my family land right now with the oil refinery too. So you already know what that means. They had to do what they do to take that from my people so they could get that from up under our feet. So
right.
I'm once we really get this shit going, bro, I'm gonna fuck around and own that goddamn company because I want to know how the fuck they ended up getting my family land.
Right.
And these is the questions we need to be looking, or these are the type of things we need to be looking into when we do find that land on those land patents. You need to zoom in, see what companies are sitting on that land right now, and look into them companies as well and see what the fuck might have happened during those time periods, or what resources is on the land that your families once owned. And that's really gonna open up that rabbit hole and see how much stolen wealth that y'all really have. Because that's old money right there. That company was founded in the early 1900s, and they still around today. I forgot the name that it's changed to now, but that company is still there. And y'all need to look into that too. If they got a Walmart sitting on your people shit, you did whatever, and see who else gonna owe you some bread once we get our shit in order. So if they really want to push this issue, I'm all for it, because all that's gonna do is just help fund the next step that we gotta go to.
Yep.
Talk as much shit as we can. Let them know who he is. The more they get mad and won't push this issue, the faster the process is gonna start for us. Really, the first ones we need to address.
That's how you know.
Mr. First
That's how you know
Contact,
we
First
really
Nation.
aggressive them dudes.
We bringing it right back.
Yep, look into the corrupt contracts. Yep, 1930s, 40s. Like, yep. I was like, that's why I was like, these folks funny as hell. What video? Lineage Business? Like, these folks funny as hell.
Look, I want to tell y'all what happened. A lot of things were happening, especially down in the South, and especially to people, a lot of our elders that were left land by their masters or their connections to the tribes. So, they played this role like, oh, well, our economy's bad because the cotton fields are bad. No, that's because everybody. And my great grandma told me it's this little bug. It's called a boll weevil. And all you need is one or two, a few for these little boll weevils, small little eyeball, black pepper, corn size little bugs. And they'll fuck up the whole crop out there. So once all the crops and stuff was messed up, they was putting people, the land was just bare, dry, whatever, but some people was finding oil on their land. A lot of people had oil on their land, and during this time frame, they didn't have a lot of rights back then. It was a time where, yeah, okay, cool, they was free, but it wasn't really too much back talk back then. They was all on that other shit. You had to get off the road or the sidewalk when they walk by, like just crazy shit. So a lot of them were put into these like things called corrupt contracts. And these people come from the farm. They don't have no formal education. They don't have nothing, no lawyer present. If you do a lot of the notary publics and a lot of court records and stuff online where y'all look through y'all land patents, y'all can find any type of contracts or things that was found for y'all family too. A lot of
And then, another thing, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but they did a lot of fires too that eliminated a lot of the documents to prove stuff too. Because I just did some research recently in New Orleans, and I found out that they had two big major fires that burned down half of New Orleans. And he was saying how the Pope didn't want to ring the bell and let the city burn down. Like, that was burning down artifacts and information and documents. That's what that was. To wipe away all that, like how you say, like, contracts and stuff. That's why it's so hard. We got to do so much digging to find everything.
Oh my God, that's terrible. Because I was asking my dad to help me with theology on Ancestry.com, and I was and when he was telling me that back in the day they didn't do a good job of keeping people records and stuff.
No, they burned them. They had records. They burned them.
I see that.
But a lot of stuff is digitalized now. Like you could, I promise you, in certain places you can go to find some of that stuff online.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not online, but it will be in their county
You gotta
records.
go to the record time.
Yeah, you gotta go in person. Most records are in person.
Yeah.
I'm starting to believe all this is true, bro.
What's going on? What's up?
Shalom. Now I'm a Bible believer, but in my town, I just found out, bro, that we got Hopewell mounds, and they found 11 giants in this mound I was standing on the other day. Never even knew that none of this stuff was out here, bro. And then it's crazy because they stole the skeletons in 1972 out the museums. And I feel like they did that because we're coming into a time such as now where they can prove who these people were, bro. And I just don't see how I looked it up yesterday, bro. They made American Indians. I get what you're saying, Native American Indians. They made American Indians reclassify as Negro in 1924.
Yep.
Yeah, bro. It's so trippy, bro. I can't believe this.
Shit.
And then, they would go from American Indian to Negro to Black. So then that leaves the African slaves and the Indians classified together. So they think we wouldn't know.
Trying to put it
Yeah, bro. This shit done busted my head open. I got a couple videos.
Okay, so can I say something else, y'all? So I didn't really do too much research on this. I'm in school and I really don't have that much time. So I heard you say you're a Bible person. So I know a lot of people say that we are indigenous and also God's chosen people as well. So I know in the Bible it talks about the tribe of Judah being dispersed all across the the world, the four corners of the earth. And so, like 2 years ago,
I actually got some other information that's really freaking trippy. I put it on TikTok in the video. It is so crazy, bro. But yeah.
Okay, well, let me finish this and then I'm gonna go back to you. So, you're good. So 2 years ago, I got lost in my city in New Orleans. I got lost. So I put my GPS on and they had a cemetery right next to me, and the cemetery was called Judah Dispersed. Mind you, I've been living here my whole life. I never heard nobody talk about Judah or nothing like that. So I was like, Judah Dispersed. And the word dispersed means scattered. So I'm like, that's what the Bible said, that Judah was going to be dispersed, all over the world or whatever. So I went and did some research on it, and nobody has been buried in this cemetery since the 1700s or something like that. And it's locked down, it's closed. And they said that a rabbi bought it. The guy who owns Touro Hospital, which is like a big hospital down here. So the guy who owns the hospital is a Jewish man, and he bought the cemetery. And they locked it. You can't visit it. Like, you have to make an appointment and all kind of stuff just to go walk through the cemetery. Mind you, New Orleans have a lot of cemeteries where they do tours that you can walk. But this particular cemetery, you can't go look at it by yourself or nothing like that. Is like the police and all, you'll get arrested for trespassing. And so I did some research and looked at some of the tombstones and stuff. And a lot of the tombstones are names out the Bible, like Zipporah, Abraham, like stuff. A lot of secret history down here. It's kind of, I don't know, I just feel like they have a cemetery called Judah Dispersed. That was real strange. And the fact that nobody knows about it, like nobody talks about it, it's literally like hidden right here. And I'm 34 and I never heard about this or nothing. And I think that's the fact that it's named Judah. Like the Jewish people don't even use those names. They don't even consider themselves none of the 12 tribes. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
Can I say one thing? I'm sorry. I'm all the way up here in Kent, Ohio. I don't know if anybody has heard of Kent State University.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, I think I heard of it.
so peep this stuff out. Okay, so it's a river that runs from here all the way to Cleveland, Ohio. It's called Cuyahoga River, right? Now, the old name. Okay, so boom, I was on the trail yesterday, me and my children, and in this little thing, this little history box, it's a letter. It's a letter from a colonel, an Englishman, and he's 85 years old while he's writing this letter. And the letter was written in 1740 something. I got the video on my TikTok. Whenever y'all want to go look at it, it's crazy. But he was like, at the end of it, he was like, I'm not allowed to tell you. He said, I'm not able to give you none of the Indian names for these rivers or these waterfronts because it wouldn't be useful to you, right? And then when you look up Cuyahoga River's original name, it's Paleo-Hebrew. This is older than Hebrew. This is older than any type of Hebrew. Yeah, it's Proto-Hebrew, and the river was called Yeshaya River. So these Indians,
Yes, I said it's all connected.
it's getting connected. It's coming together. These Indians spoke Paleo-Hebrew. I swear. Yeah, Kent State did produce James Harrison. Yup, that's this town. And anybody that's into this stuff, on Google, type in Hopewell Mounds, Kent, Ohio, and a whole bunch of stuff. They found 11 giants in this mound we were standing on. And I didn't even know that. And it was a mound from 300 BC. You know what I'm saying? This is before JC came on the scene. This is, this 300 years before he came on the scene. It is just crazy to me, man. I don't know. It just blew my wig yesterday. Like the river is Paleo. Its original name is Paleo. These people are talking about, I'm not able to give you the names because it wouldn't do you no good. And then also it said on another rock when we was at the mound, it said that these people worship the dead, but that's what the colonizer always does. He always tries to say something about death or it was wrong what they were doing. You know what I'm saying? But we know that, well, I know that a name like Yeshaya, that means Yah saves. That is all living. You get what I'm saying? It's like, it's not of the dead. It's a living entity. It's like a living spirit. And I truly believe that the Indians of this land spoke Paleo-Hebrew. They had to. I got the video. I'm gonna get off. I gotta get in the shower and go to sleep for work. But at first when I caught these Indian and conversations and stuff, I just didn't know what to think. But now it's like this shit is all around me up here. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
For sure. But yeah, you
All
take
right,
it
y'all
easy,
have
man.
a blessed way. Alrighty.
For sure. Welcome back,
Yeah.
Venus. Who watching TV? Who watching TV? All right. Anybody got anything? What's up, Sis Sun King? We haven't heard from you. We haven't heard. You see you there, Sun King? I'm officially a YouTube partner now, so I can get paid on YouTube. Yeah, we about to take over YouTube too. And next, I'm gonna be sending me cash apps like Dr. Umar, donations. What the hell? What the hell? Paleo Hebrew has nothing to do with black people in America. Mm. What's going on, Shay?
Hello.
What's up? What's up? How you feeling?
I'm doing good, and you?
I'm good. Would you like to elaborate on your point that you made in the chat?
Yeah, I just came in. I don't go by Indian, and I damn for sure don't go by African. But Paleo Hebrew ain't got nothing to do with us. Well, my people. I can't speak for everybody else. I'm outside listening. But no, I'm not no Hebrew. I'm not no Paleo Indian, none of that.
What's up, Sam? There's a lot of Hebrew writers found artifacts in North America. Yeah, I'm on the fence. I mean, it's something that's coming from someone that actually has like Israelite ancestors, folks that call themselves Israelite. It's something different. It's something different. Like I'm not opposed to it. It's just like, was it Paleo Hebrew or was it Algic to me? But yeah, I'm an Indian all day, every day. But yeah, and then folks want to quote unquote want to sue us for being Indians. Ain't that something? Something they even want to call. They don't even want to call themselves. Oh, I'm not Indian. That's the wrong term. That's a derogatory term. Now they want to sue us because we Indians.
I have Indian admixture, but I mean, I'm talking about my family. I go by black, colored, and Negro. My family from my father's side from North Carolina, mother's side from Atlanta, Georgia. Like I said, I have Indian admixture, but I don't have to be an Indian to own no land in North America. I had my real estate license for 10 years. My family own land here right now, and we ain't Indian at all.
What were you before you were black?
Excuse me?
What were you before you were black?
We've always been colored black or Negro. My family's never been ashamed to be called black, never.
I mean, mine wasn't either. I don't even argue black in some with people.
Yeah,
right?
that's that South America, North America. I mean, that's the South American African Moorish science BS.
Hold on 1 second. I'm not ashamed. Like my folks weren't ashamed to call themselves black either. Like, and I still say black. Like, it's not a problem with me. But what were you before black?
My family, like I said, I don't have to be nothing. I don't have to be an Indian.
I'm not trying to say you was anything.
I don't have to be a I'm sorry, love. I'm just telling you. I don't have to be an Indian. I don't have to be a native. My family still have their land here in North America, in Alabama, and a few other places. I can't go outside of here and own nothing. I can rent it or lease it. And I don't have to be an Indian to own no land here.
Ain't nobody say you had to be anything. I just asked. Hold on 1 second. Ain't nobody asked you to say you had to be anything. I just asked you what you were before black, Negro, and colored.
I've always just been black, colored, Negro, and colored.
Black people didn't exist until like the 1600s. So how was that thing?
I've always been black, colored, and Negro.
How far does your family go back?
I can go back before America was even America. I have the oldest, blackest family on record here. Blackwells, that's my family. We just had our family reunion last year. We the oldest, blackest family in North America.
That actually be the Tucker.
On record.
That actually be the Tucker family in Virginia. Or the Tang family. The oldest black family would be the Tucker family in Virginia.
No. You can go look this up.
Yeah, I can.
Ours on record.
Yeah, on record. Yes, in Virginia, the Tucker family go back to the 60s.
My family. I mean, I'm saying I have a few admixtures. I have Indian. I have French. I have German. I also have Geechee and not fucking Gullah. Excuse my language. But I'm telling you.
So that's what your family was before they.
Love, listen. I'm not going against what you're saying. But I'm just letting people know we don't have to be claiming Indian either. Because my family ain't never been on a plantation. They've never been on a reservation. We've never been in a tribe. We never spoke no other languages. None of that. I'm just saying what my family is, not what yours or anybody else's, because everybody have a unique background. That's all.
I mean, ain't nobody saying people
are anybody that's saying they black, colored, Negro, Indian, FBA, American. I'm not trying to argue with none of us. That's not my goal. That's not my goal. That's not my purpose. But I just want people to know it's okay to be black, colored, and Negro. I've never been ashamed to be called black. And you can look at my picture. I'm far from a dark-skinned woman.
Like, but that's not the point either. The point of the goddamn live either. Like, folks can be black, and I ain't got no problem with that, right? I don't tell people what to identify as. But the point is here, folks, that if you claim to be an Aboriginal, indigenous person to America, legally, you're a goddamn Indian. that's the only people that's Aboriginal.
And I'm saying that's not necessarily true.
Yes, it is.
Okay. You know what? You got it.
Who else?
You got it. This your show. This your platform.
I didn't come up here.
And you got it. You got it.
I mean, you ain't gotta be defensive. I'm just telling you what's going on. Legally, you're a fucking Indian if you're claiming to be Aboriginal to America. Legally. Right? Socially, you could be whatever. Ethnically, you could be Black American. Right? I don't know why people get Jesus. Yeah, I was like, what's the polite? You see the title up hand, right? I always put Black American in the title anyway. This live, I just so happen to not do that, right? Because I wanted to be specific here, right? And I don't got no problem with, I already said it. I ain't got no problem with folks claiming they're black. I still say black, right? It is what it is.
What's
I don't
good,
know.
I just think she just wanted to.
I came across that case where this woman named Salagi Kiki was threatening to sue Black American Indians podcast. She was holding the echo chamber. She didn't even allow us to come up and debate and debunk their talking points.
You should have knew they was gonna do that.
Yeah, it was one side. She literally told me that, oh, you can argue your points in the chat. That's not worth it. That would be an echo chamber. Because we're saying a lot of dumb shit
exactly.
They were saying stuff like, oh, if y'all calling us Asians, that means that stereotypically we're more intelligent than y'all. What kind of dumb shit is that?
Bro, they want to be white so bad.
Yes, they want to be white.
They want to be white so bad, yeah. Oh, we're they taking they talking points. Like y'all, they say like every day, each and every day, more and more people sound like fucking Nazis. You feel me?
I don't even think they're using this sacred stuff as a shield to refrain from scientific debate or historical debate, because we already won with court cases with Friedman. They overturned BIA policies by kicking out black men.
Somebody said it. I don't know who called
What's
it.
up,
like,
family?
What's up, Isaiah?
I just want to know why would they think that hundreds of thousands of people would just keep up the same lie? Like, we just don't got nothing better else to do with our lives. We just have come so low, so short of black people that we just don't got nothing else better to do. So for many of us to do our genealogy and finding all this information that we just gonna all come up with this big grand lie. We can't keep as they say, our people can't come together on shit, but y'all believe we could come together to tell this grand lie?
And it don't even make sense. Shout out to what's his name? Chief Natural.
Come on now.
Beat up a dude debunking him on his own reverse side.
Yeah, Isaiah wanted to speak. Hold on. Isaiah wanted to speak.
All right.
Go ahead. Yeah, Chicago.
Hey, anybody in this panel? Hey, anybody in this panel over 50 years old?
I'm not.
I said, anybody in this panel over 50 years old? Nope, I guess not. That lady that called you.
It's a mixed panel. It's a mixed panel.
Hold on. Let me say something. I ain't finished talking.
You said
All right, that lady that called. Hold up, Swole Up. Let me finish talking. All right. That statement I wrote, Dr. Khalid Muhammad told me that in person in 1986. I was a college student in 85, 86. They had unalived the minister down there, and he was sent down there and stayed with us for 2 years. And I never forgot that. But what I'm saying is, when I went to go see my grandparents and great-grandparents in the South, they told us what we was. One side of Mississippi said we was Chickasaw. Then when I go see my Louisiana family on my mama's side, they said we was Seminole. And she could speak French and everything else. When you coming up, all that was really lost, like in the 80s and 90s and everything. Because I got my kids is like 30-something years old. But my grandparents always told me, and great-grandparents, what we were. You know what I'm saying? We was always here. They told us we was Chickasaw and we Seminole, period. And then when you get down south and you see certain people in Mississippi or Louisiana, as they get old, their eyes turn like a bluish silver. And no Africans or none of them, nobody eyes do that except for our people. And that's just basically what I'm saying. Because that lady that called from North Carolina, she don't know what she's talking about. She must be a 90s or 80s baby. You know what I'm saying? I was tripping on her. But that's all I had to say. I'm gonna rest my time. I'm gonna get off y'all panel.
Appreciate
y'all
it.
proceed to talk. Peace.
For sure.
We on point with this.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, what legitimate claims can they do to sue us over them trying to say that we're pretendians or Wabos and stuff? Because that's no legal standing at all. Because we have the documents that what a pretendian is. And it's exclusively mainly a YT person, not a Negro. And as a matter of fact, these reservation systems were designed to keep out Negro population people, but the U.S. government forced them. Once they wanted them to stop enslaving people, they abolished chattel slavery within the South. Some of these Native American tribes that were made five civilized tribes wanted to maintain slavery over Black Indians, like the Seminole Muskogees that's in Mexico today. That was the original Border Patrol. They wanted to try and re-enslave these Seminoles up there in Oklahoma after removal. And so these people had to leave Oklahoma and they went further down into Texas and Mexico and became like Seminole scouts and interpreters of the Kickapoo and stuff like that. Or you had some of these Buffalo Soldiers, a large few actually, not just some, that descend from these southeastern and eastern woodland tribes. And they became interpreters and moderators between commerce of these hostile Plains Indians and federally civilized tribes that were adopted into whiteness and Christianized. So I don't know why they're sitting up here saying, oh, we're gonna sue you Black folks for saying y'all Aboriginal. Okay, the definition of Aboriginal always includes a Negroid person. And they got documents talking about the Proto and Pseudo-Negroid skull morphologies in Paleo-Indians. So if we take NAGPRA and to court and overturn NAGPRA, then we could prove our case through anthropological studies and DNA results, because we know Native Americans aren't taking DNA tests.
Well, you're gonna get muted, ask Mitchell, since you don't want to come up here. Now you can't talk. Your self-respect gets you right.
But I want to hear from these Native Americans that threaten to sue us.
My great, it was a Buffalo, so I'd make 2 sandwiches to share for lunch. What? What's folks talking about?
These people really want me. These people really make me want to like start doing research on the types of atrocities and stuff that they go through, because the amount of whining that they do about the things that they go through, they don't spend enough
I
time.
can send folks an organization that combats all the missing children that
Right.
go.
It's
Like,
like,
I thought I had emailed them. I wonder if they ever responded to me. But yeah, find the missing or something in Gmail. But yeah, like folks, like there's organizations like why aren't they talking to these organizations that about finding they missing people?
Mm-hmm. And matter of fact, since you mentioned that, Darvid, they got a whole bunch of cases of indigenous women going missing, and the main ones that's causing these sex trafficking things that's going on the res are.
You even say that? You even say S trafficking?
S trafficking on these reservations are mainly not even black people. These are YTs and Hispanic Latino immigrants that are fleeing to take asylum onto. So they sitting up here policing Black Americans about Indianness, but not worried about these Hispanic and Latino tethers that's playing the Indian card conveniently. And also get this, that same Slagi woman said that she was going to work with this Cholo native person. I'm thinking that he's a Hispanic Latino descent who doesn't have Fed recognition to a United States tribe, which they don't consider the Nican Tlacas and the Hispanics that want to clump and Native Americans with a mestizo nationalist Black Yemeno thing. They are not federally recognized nor have a legal standing to sit up here and accuse us of being pretendians or wabos or anything like that.
Maybe we should
have the blood.
Oh. Right. What I even want to talk like what else is there? Like these folks, they're not gonna show up to this live stream. They never do. Who's we? Sorry, I have no patience. Do not include us in somebody was yeah, it's always funny seeing the StreamYard comments. I was avoiding being a potential. I'm just reading the comments everywhere. Is anybody comment
like
on
why I chose my username, and I gave her like 2 reasons. It's because like I was born in America, but also I was avoiding a potential stalker. So I changed my username.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's up? But all right, someone shared the live. Like they not, I don't know. Like, yeah. Like, oh, we're gonna have goddamn life in some way Black people do want to be Black or Indian. How about we can be both? How about we be both? What's up? Who just joined? So wait. To identify as any, we both. We identify as Black and Indian. How about that? If you want to.
Because first of all, Native Americans never identify as an Indian. They always call themselves Native Americans or either natives.
I have to disagree with that because you got AIM, these same people that call themselves Native Americans, their own leaders in AIM said that they don't go by that political correctness, but the majority of them, they go by that because they push that whole narrative of, oh, Christopher Columbus got lost and he thought it was India, but so-called India wasn't even called India at the time.
What's up, Black? Right. No, we've always been known as Native. They aggressively claim Native and Indigenous is the same thing. That means take it at all. But yeah, folks want to push the issue on TikTok so bad. Like, why don't you? I mean, if you're mixed with just straight up Black with roots from Africa, why claim something you're not? If you're mixed,
Why y'all not claiming Siberia?
Like, I don't even know if I'll come up here, Arkansas.
They don't mind the half white tea people or the half Mexican ones. They don't want those damn afros in there. That's all they mention. Well, yeah, even if you do have an admixture, but that afro, that hair is from Africa. That's all they say. They
Then
don't
our
want
hair
the
not even the
Negro.
same. We
When
don't
the
even have the
goddamn
same hair texture.
Reparations. That's the
when the
thing.
goddamn Muti and the fucking Crow had afros. Like, what are we talking about? Mm. Like, I've seen pictures with UTs and with afro and the Crow. They straighten their fucking hair.
Still living in teepees over there. Y'all still wearing alpaca. Y'all still doing them little weird ass dances with that single drum tone, shouting like animals and shit. Y'all
With
still
no
do that
rhythm.
over there. Them yo peoples. You need to go home, homie. That Baron Strait is waiting on y'all.
Like, if we from Africa, then folks is from Siberia. If we can't be from America, I guess
Then
nobody
y'all
can,
can't
right?
either. Exactly. Go your ass back to Siberia.
Y'all let Europeans say this is a new fucking nobody was over here. So y'all listen to science and let Europeans say nobody was over here, right?
Exactly. And see, that's the thing right there too. Like they saying they want to sue us. So y'all want to sue us, but y'all don't want to sue the Europeans? I'm so confused. Like, if this y'all land and y'all was the first people here, why are white people in control? Why are y'all even taking orders from white people and y'all on a damn reservation?
Facts. And that individual you told to come up, he says that he tries to Africanize reparations when most of them slaves were not even African. Even your trustee Skip Gates told you that they barely brought them here, but he then cherry picks and gaslight us with, oh, they weren't mixing, but ignores the fact that we got maroon communities they ain't take the DNA test from. They got NAGPRA keeping us from testing Native American DNA and comparing it to ours. You got cranial metrics that's out here for these Paleo Indians, so the Australoids, etc., etc.
You said Coco's. This ain't rage bait. It's a real video. I can play the video if y'all want to hear it. I can play the video. I got it. I'm blocked by the person. This isn't rage bait. But yeah, like, you know, we had different beliefs and respect that is foreign to all of you.
You welcome to come up, Daniel.
I was about to say, y'all welcome. Hold on, I'm about to play the
so.
video now. Hold on 1 second. I'm about to play the video now. Like, ain't nobody capping. Like, they talking about having goddamn meetups and shit, like live meetups on how to sue us. Like, ain't nobody.
Yeah, that's her.
All right, hold on. Capping. Like, they talking about having goddamn meetups and shit, like live.
You look at her looking like an Asian person.
Yeah, that's her.
All right, hold on. Yo, why this shit is loot, bro?
Yeah, that's her.
All right, hold on. God damn, this shit is.
You don't have us pressed, baby. We want her to go to court. She done it. Talking about she got us pressed. She needs to bring us to court so we could count us.
You don't have us pressed, baby. We want her to go to court. All right, I'm about to play the video.
Talking about she got us pressed. She needs to bring us to court so we could count us.
I want you guys to go in my life and send this speech to our lives, and I will be done with information on how we catch them in a deeper way that has actually been taken to charge for their crimes and crime. Be sure to look out for that. It's going to be me and Charlie. We're going to be testing those lives, and we're going to give you the information on how to do their crimes and crime. Be sure to look out
That's the video. That's the video.
We couldn't even hear that, bro.
Yeah, because y'all kept talking. This shit looping. All right, let me play it again.
Couldn't even hear that, bro.
Yeah, because y'all kept talking. This shit looping.
Okay.
All right, let me play it again.
So, you know our frustration when we
hear that, bro.
It sucks.
Yeah, because y'all kept So if I wanted to rage bait y'all, I have other ways of doing that, which I have done. What's up, Tay?
I think that they should do their research so a little bit more before they do that.
I
Look.
say, let them go ahead and make a fool of themselves. This is gonna be fun.
I agree.
This is not even the first time they were asking of that. Like, you have in Defense League on YouTube that's defunct now because one of their former members, original Aboriginal he docked some of them members as being white supremacists.
Yeah, it's water damage. I can get that fixed, right? So I worry about my ceiling water damage. Half of them are illiterate. Fry before the fall, the world knows the truth.
They be getting mad at us, but have y'all questioned y'all elders though? Have y'all started questioning them bureau people?
To be honest, I think they see it. They see all this information out here. They know too. I think that's why they're so irritated by it and trying to do everything they can to silence us on social media platforms and stuff. They finding out the truth just like we finding out.
Yeah. Like if I was about to say they just yeah, they wouldn't be scrambling like that if we were just fucking great. Like most people would just write us off if we were just talking shit.
They making music videos and everything trying to convince everybody that we just delusional. You're not gonna put that much energy if we was that delusional. You wouldn't even give a damn. Because we don't even be searching for them or nothing like that.
Right.
They don't pop up on my For You page ever. Only y'all.
Yeah, I was like, shit. What's up?
Hey, I can play these two little videos real quick so y'all can see how they look over here compared to their peoples back home. Y'all gonna get a kick out of this. Like this is them over here at a powwow. Y'all hear the cadence of that beat?
Mm-hmm.
All the little chanting and shit, y'all. Now, this is them over here in America. Now let's go back. This is them over there in Siberia right now. This is their cousins. You see the teepee in the back? This they peoples, y'all. You can't make this shit up. This is their peoples right over there in Siberia right now. And don't that shit look similar? I'm not lying. You can see it right here for yourself. Don't never let these people lie to y'all and tell y'all that them not they fucking people. Look at this shit.
We did. Look, I did too.
I can't even get the words out. Identical as fuck. Man, look here. Them they people. They gonna quit playing with us. Let them take us to court. We ready.
For sure. Yeah, TikTok just for entertainment, education purposes only. We don't allow bullying, harassment, hate speech, or anything on the live stream. Make sure y'all drop some fruits in the chat, y'all.
Every education for our people. I know we just learned something today.
Yeah, for sure. So we got Coco up here. What's up? Oh man. Is Coco there?
I think she's in the bathroom.
Oh, let me mute her then. Because her mic hot as hell. Hot as hell. I'll say sheesh. What's the quote? Worst part is that cousin and call them every single day. What's up? What's up, Georgia? Yo, man, it's been a cool Monday. Had jujitsu today, so no one just up here listening. Shit. It's funny as hell. People have not figured out that I made those goddamn videos
Hey,
or and songs. But go ahead, Coco.
Bonjour, Anin,
Bonjour.
Anishinaabe Kwe Indigenous. I was using the bathroom, and that's why I muted myself. I got the invite as I was walking in. It's not the right time to share stories as a Native American because culturally we have rules and regulations or terms and conditions. However, whatever the English word is that you want to use it, and it is stories. So I'm going to tell you like this. Technically, all the people. Oh, okay. Can people hear me when he paused?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I don't know. I can't
Yes,
hear.
I
Can
can.
anybody hear me?
We can hear you.
We can hear you. Yamo.
Shit,
Yeah,
I'm not
yes.
sure. Hold on.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So with that are related as a people, are all related. Now, do people over there in Siberia look like us? Or like Native Americans as the world know us as? That's not our word for ourselves. But as Native Americans, do Siberians look like us? Yes, because we are related. But are they us? No, we're not. Because if you were to go over there right now and you were to do some sciencey stuff and take their DNA, right now, they will not be us. Native Americans, our DNA looks all the way different than their DNA right now. But if you go back, their DNA are going to show that we are related. Yes, that's true. But we are not the same people. We are where we are for a reason. Now, Black Indigenous, they real. And right now, like I said, there are times for stories and now is not the right time. However, they are not Africans, okay? Now, Africans are a whole different people with their own stories and their own languages and their own tribes, okay? Now, does that mean that they are not here today? No, that does not mean that. Does that mean that we don't got some of their DNA from now and maybe from way, 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 way back when? No, it actually does. We are all related, but Africa is Africa. I mean, because basically that's where everything got created, right? That is where technically all peoples started out as.
Okay, can I say
So
something?
we're all related.
Hold on, one second, let her finish.
Now, today there are a lot of mixed people. Okay, so when people like the header it says Native Americans want to sue American Indians, that makes no sense. But
you think Black Americans are African?
look, we not Siberians.
Yes, hello, yes or no? Do you think Black Americans are African?
But I guess that's just really, I mean, I wish. Oh wait, hold on. I see comments, and while I'm here, I just want to.
Can you hear us?
Try to get
We're
everything
talking to
together.
ourselves. What is going on here?
We ain't all related. Stop.
She asked you a question. What is going on here? She's not. She asked us if she heard us 7. We said yes 7 times. She didn't acknowledge us. Like, what is going on here?
Like, somebody better get her, cause I'm gonna cuss her out. She better. Okay.
Coco, can you hear us?
Not cuss out.
All right. I'm getting mad. Nah, shit. I'm about to get.
All right, hold on. Hold on, one second. Hold on, 1 second. Golly, Coco, can you hear us?
Come back up.
Yeah, drop her. Yeah, somebody drop her and bring her back up then.
What up, Darby?
What's up? Who's this?
Mr. Parkside.
Oh, okay, I got you. All right, I know who you are. I know who you are. What's up, man?
Shit, man, I've been seeing you doing your thing, bro. Starting them fucking videos. I thought motherfuckers, the Native Americans, fucking Moors. And I'm like, who the fuck? Damn, they had our ass heavy as hell. Your ass talking about I did that shit. You a fucking troll, my nigga.
Right here.
Who the hell is life like that?
Do you have
Is she good?
schizophrenia or something?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Is she good? Yeah.
She
No,
laughing,
y'all
she
wrong.
laughing, but her children is getting kidnapped on the regular. She laughing,
Oh.
but her women is getting unalive out here. It's a game. Please stop. Somebody needs to get Coco for real. I'm about to hurt her feelings. She needs to cut it out. She needs to go check on that goddamn fried bread that's cooking.
Yeah, Coco is a joke.
Hold on.
Girl.
Hold on. Yeah, just hold on. Hey. But yeah, I've been trolling. Yeah, I've been trolling with the videos. I was like, it sounded just like somebody else made it, right? She on that ish, like, yeah, what is going on, bro?
Coco, can you hear us? Like, I don't
Yeah,
understand.
can you hear? Can you hear
That
us?
must be that reservation Wi-Fi or something. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's secluded from the world.
But she did. I will say she did say Black Indians existed that weren't African. So I heard that at
Yeah,
least.
and I heard that now is not the time to be telling stories. When she mentioned Black Indigenous, she said now is not the time to be telling stories. So you and your people believe that y'all have information regarding our history, and y'all feel like y'all had a right to hide it from us and berate us about it when we come to get an understanding of our true history and not that African slave bullshit. That's the joke right there. So I think y'all should do what y'all do when y'all get in that courtroom.
Please.
Mm-hmm.
You hear us now. You can talk, but you just couldn't hear. I mean, you couldn't. I don't think.
Man,
you
she
could
cloud
hear.
chasing. She a goofy
You
ass
couldn't hear
bitch.
us
She up here
earlier,
trying to
so
play
we
on
dropped you
people's
down.
time. Ain't nobody playing with her.
Okay, so I understand. Okay, I'm sorry for laughing. The out of Africa theory. Okay. You're talking about something that was introduced through science, right? Western science, white man science, right? That's what you mean, right? The out of Africa theory? That's what you're referring to.
No, we asked
We
you
don't
if
know
you
nothing
thought-
about them people.
We asked you if Black, do you think
Yes.
Black Americans are African?
Yes, that's what we
No.
just asked you.
No, no,
Okay.
Black indigenous. Okay, Black indigenous is not Africans. Now, when people are talking about pretendians, specifically about darker skinned people, right? The pretendians, right, are the people from Africa who are saying that because they have DNA here, they have people here, that they is us. They isn't us. Now, I would love to go ahead and tell a story because a lot of times, a lot of people I hear and listen to, they have pieces of knowledge, right? But y'all have no context because y'all don't got no stories, because y'all lost your languages, because as a people, a lot of us.
Hold on 1 second. We got stories over here. Like let's
Who
not.
is responsible for that?
But
Who is
Who
responsible?
did you learn your story?
Because you will pay.
Like my folks are my tribes are well documented. Like anybody can see their stories. If you want to be honest.
Okay. All right. So let me pause. Let me stop you right there. Okay. What makes a Native American different? Not by what we look like, but who we are as a people.
But by terminology, anybody born in America being a Native American, you're legally y'all not even Native Americans. I'll say if you're in Canada, that's something different. Yeah, legally you're not Native.
That's
yeah,
what
in
the
the United
world
States.
sees us as. That's what how the world sees us as.
And then we say,
we have words.
One second. Like 1 second. 1 second. Like legally in the United States, the indigenous people are the American Indians. Legally. So if folks are saying they're native, right? But if they want to say it's socially or politically, okay, what tribe, what nation are you? Right? If you claim that if you're indigenous, are you indigenous? All right, cool. What tribe, nation are you?
Me? Okay. The white man and the words that people have known, right? We are first called, specifically where I'm enrolled at, is specifically called a member of the Chippewa, right? That's what the federal government calls us. Now, before that, when you go to on the reservation, people are going to go ahead and call us the Ojibwe. Now, if you go even further than that, you're going to be talking to the old heads, who we call elders. Okay. Now we treat them with extreme respect. Now, as English, I don't even call them elders in English in a forum like this. I call them old heads because they know the stories. right? And they teach us these stories. That's who makes us what people call us Native Americans, because my tribe is really the Anishinaabe, the Anishinaabek, as if I'm referring to as a people. If I'm referring to as me, myself, I would say Anishinaabe Kwe, because I am an Anishinaabe woman. Anishinaabe has meaning. It's a word that means something. It's not just a phrase, but it is what we call, my tribe call it ourselves, to introduce ourselves to the world. But it is not just one word, and it don't just mean one thing. But, okay, Anishinaabe Kwe, Mr. Wagamiwi, Zagai Ganing and Dunjaba. I am an Anishinaabe, an Ojibwe person, a storyteller. I collect stories from other people because I know my story. I know how I fit into the world.
Can I ask you a question?
Shoot.
In 1883, called the.
Are you there? Is he there?
I'm here.
No, I'm talking Mr. Darkside. Is he there? He must be driving or something.
Yeah, I'm
you
driving right now.
All right, cool.
I see us as a people, right? Black, Indigenous, and I guess all the other Indigenous, since we come up as in all other colors for a reason. There is for a reason why we look different, and there are stories. And if you want to know what those stories are, you have to ask the right person at the right time, and you can't just say, "Hey, oh, she don't know what she's talking about." Because you don't really know, because that's not the red path. The red path, I ain't going to stand here and argue with you. I ain't going to stand here and try to tell you or force my words on you. You're going to listen to me, because if you hear me, you're going to hear the truth that I'm talking, even in English, not just my native words or how I use the word native, because the world don't know me. The world don't know my stories. Half the stories, when I Google them, they wrong. But they were also wrong in English. That doesn't mean that the stories that they heard are wrong. It's just because it's in English, people. We're not English speakers natively. We did not learn, our parents did not learn English.
Okay, what's the point? Like you've been talking a lot. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck, what you talking about?
Because Black Indigenous is a tribe. But it's not African, right? There are Black Indigenous. They are called the Blackfeet. They are different than all other Native Americans for a reason. And I know that story too.
Well, wait, pause. Because it kind of, what it sounds like what you're doing is you're trying to make it seem like Black Indigenous people are under one tribe when we're literally telling y'all that we were here before y'all. And that's literally
what's your story, baby? What's your story? Because you're speaking in English, and because
we created that language too, like the white.
Right? Which language? Which language?
Created that language.
We have several languages. It's not just Blackfeet.
So I'm glad I clocked you on that, because I'm like, what the fuck are you sitting up here talking for 9 hours for? What are you talking about? And now I know, you're trying to isolate us. That's what you're trying to do. And we're telling you that that's not our story. Yeah, it's like it sounds like you're up here trying to educate us on some shit, and it's like, bro, no, you don't have a right to do that. We know what we're talking about. What are you talking about?
Okay. I am trying to find the English words. Okay, because right now, as a tribe person, as a Native American, now you may not like the words, right? But right now we are in a public space. We are in a public forum. Now, when I say there are terms and conditions to how we use our language and where we speak them, it is for a reason. Because as a story, right, as a people, we have managed all this time for a reason to hold on to our languages. That is what makes us
held on to y'all
no
language
matter what we look like from across the world. I'm sorry, I didn't get to hear what you're saying, but I am trying to explain. Our languages are what makes us truly different than any other person in the world. It is how we learn to speak. And it's how we are, thank you. I talk very English. I try. I read dictionaries. My people did not tell me. English? Okay, because, okay,
Yeah,
so
it's a
let me
big joke,
introduce
ain't it?
you. I am a native auntie, okay? I'm a native auntie. That means I want all my children to come home. Now, if you have a smidgen of native blood, and then I want to tell you who you are. Because as a story keeper, I have a story that tells us who we all are.
Well, that's
And
who
it's
y'all
not
are.
just
Y'all can
it's
tell
not
us.
just in my language either. Yes. Go
That means all of them know.
She said, we gonna move on. I'm not
You
gonna lie.
think
She just,
black?
yeah.
You think
That's
black?
what I'm
Hold
saying.
on,
We
So
moving on.
I
She
have
just,
a
hold on,
question.
y'all.
we
Why
just,
she
I have a
we
leave?
just,
question.
Why she leave?
I have a
I was gonna
very
I
ask you. You
dropped
think
important
it.
black
question.
people's a tribe? I don't get it.
Like, we're not gonna go nowhere because she's just yapping you. I'm not gonna lie.
Black
Like
people's.
that
I
shit
don't.
was
Video,
that
we
like
already
I
know.
just
What does she mean by black people are Blackfoot? I'm so
That's like
confused.
she's trying to say that basically there's a certain tribe of black people that are indigenous. They're called the Blackfoot.
Why
And
y'all
what I'm
remove her?
telling
What
her,
is-
and what
Like,
I'm telling
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not trying to hear her yap and talking
right.
riddles. I'm not, you know, like she's talking to riddles. Like, I'm not trying to hear that.
It's fry bread stories, man. It's like juicy soup stuff. But I get what she's saying and coming at, but she needs more research. She needs to study up on
no. They have rules and regulations where they are not allowed to tell us our truth. That's why
yeah.
she don't want to say it on the public platform. This is the same thing that we've been saying. She just related to us just in a whole totally different form. But when we say it to them, they act like as if it's some type of fucking phenomenon.
Yes,
We've
because
mentioned
what
to
she,
them about the
yeah, you're right.
Blackfoot
Because she
people.
basically
Let
was
me
trying to say
finish.
we all from one
We've
tribe.
mentioned to them about the Blackfoot people. We've mentioned to them about the other tribes that we've been connected with. Now all of a sudden, now they want to extend an open arm and an open hand so they could try to tell us the story. But they will sit on the internet and be like, haha, well, you don't speak your language and you don't do this and you don't do that. Motherfucker, y'all knew what it was when y'all had us enrolled. Where are all the descendants of the free man people? Y'all played a part in us not knowing our language because we couldn't speak it, right? Y'all taught us English, right? So that means y'all do know the language that we speak, and I bet you it's the same similar language that they as be speaking.
Well, then, well, my thing is, if she feel like she can't come up and say certain stuff, then essentially she's useless to us, because you
Yeah.
go on public you're useless.
Good.
You know, not you,
Well,
Chicago. I'm talking about Coco. You know what I mean? It's like you like how you gonna come up on a panel and try to talk to people, but they're like, oh, I can't tell y'all everything, because like, what type of shit is that?
Because she don't
Of
know.
course.
She don't really know. She's observing what we're saying, and she hasn't really dug deep into
Put
it.
me in the big screen.
And
That's all right. Go ahead, Chris.
we literally
let's start asking the bureau in the whatever them people call the Indian Bureau what language that the freedmans used to speak, since they know exactly who we was. What language did they used to speak? Because we, just like she said, you know, it wasn't English, so what is it?
And they were using
That's Crystal.
for all these.
That's Crystal.
Yeah, that's Crystal.
Yeah, this me.
What's up, Crystal?
Hey, Sean. It's me. So look at this book right here I came across today.
What I really want to know is who gave you permission to take Johnson and Moore's rotation?
That's it. Indian slavery in the colonial times.
You're in court.
Within the present limits of the United States. Yeah, a lot of these indigenous people from like what it's mainly talking about is indigenous people taken from like the Mississippi and Ohio River area, like the Pawnee. It's talking about Southeast Indians and Eastern Woodland Indians being enslaved.
So don't move me. Don't move me. I got something else to show you because I'm ready to go to court. Because
the Plains Indians was enslaved too, though.
See you in court. See you in court, ma'am. See you in court. Okay, all I want to do is don't talk to me. Talk to the courthouse, and it's famous me to come to court because I'm ready to go to court. Excuse me, I just had a lemonade. I'm ready to go to court.
Yeah, the Plains Indians was enslaved as well too. There's documentations of a lot of Plains Indians
I
being
don't
enslaved
know.
and shipped. Now there's documentations I posted, but they got shipped from the planes. Remember when those, what was that? Cremio, fuck his name, I forgot his fucking name, but yeah, Cremio, he posted a book, right? Showing how those planes, how they planes was being shipped to parts of the East Coast, like Virginia and the fucking Carolinas. Then you got the Mayans who's being shipped from the fucking Yucatan into Virginia and the Carolinas too. They was enslaving the Mayans into the 1800s.
True.
So how about this right here? This is from the census from my town that I am currently feet on right now. I live here, born here 75. Okay, I'm 50 years old. And this right here is the 1790 census, and it was 4,557 coleslaw folks, right? And then there was 1,557 Indians, POWs, okay, in Goldsboro. Let me tell you, I got the list of the people who own the people too, right? I got a list of them people too. And all of these folks that own folks is colored folks, and everybody who still live in my county is colored. We just have the new implants, right? We got them in 1892 with the Oddfellow home when they made that orphanage. Right, they took that old council and turned it into an orphanage in 1892. Then we started getting the coleslaw folks and whatnot. Where I live at currently the population is majority colored folk to these other people, even though there's a military base here. Okay, so I'm ready to go to court. I'm ready. Let's go. Sue me.
To get her apologies.
Run me my trust fund money, baby money. Okay, run me that. Run me my trust fund gold, bump money. Give me my gold from my trust. Thank you. Come on, take me for it. I'm ready.
Wabo Crusher. Come up here, Wabo Crusher. You ain't crushing no Wabos. Y'all ain't crushing no Wabos. Y'all like, what we up, like 40,000 0 on y'all? 40,000 no? I'm not entertaining your live, but you in here commenting, weirdo. But you in here commenting, Wabo Crusher. Go to Mexico. Why would I go to Mexico? I ain't from there. How about you go to Mexico? How about that?
I dated a Mexican before. He didn't even want to go to Mexico. He said y'all was gonna take his truck.
Oh, so how y'all y'all can pull up? How about y'all pull up on us? How about that? Tell us that we not.
He said he visits his family at the border because his family lives like 20 minutes from the border. So he drives over the border every month, and he said y'all be trying to steal his car down there. That's what he said y'all Mexicans be doing.
Yeah,
and y'all the same people. That's crazy. Y'all doing your own people like that.
Mm-hmm. They own cousins. So they y'all cousins. Don't move me. Hold on, I got one more.
Stealing people trucks and kidnapping Mexican women and children at the border. Those are your people. Like, what is going on here? Those are your people. Like, what is going on here? Those are your people. Like,
Might.
So I'm trying to understand.
Hold on, Crystal's got something up. Go ahead, Crystal.
Okay, so this right here is a list of the names of the people in my city where I live at, the town that I live in, that were supposedly, the owners of these American Indians. And all of these names, I could name them, and I could tell you the ones who were not colored, who's not colored today, whose family is still colored today. Okay, and I can tell you over 75% of this list of people names are still colored today. Still colored folks. Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's that list is again?
Huh?
Who's that list?
Family names.
This list is the so I showed y'all the census for Wayne County, and it said with 4,500 coleslaw folks who owned 1,557 Indians, right? And they had the characteristics of the Indians, and they were POWs, right? And so I'm showing you the names of these people, these other the people here who are the ones supposedly owning the people, right? And I'm telling you that still these families are colored today. You know, there were coleslaw on paper, but in complexion, they darkies, they midnights.
Well, I asked because I got some slave. I got a slave receipt out of Alabama, but the person who owned my family come up out the Carolinas though, Conwells.
Oh, well, these folks right here was in Goldsboro. They still in Goldsboro. They grandchildren still here in Goldsboro.
Oh, they bad. They got basses and stuff. Oh hell. Oh, they got some Indians on here.
Yeah. Look, guess what? It was some Indians who switched over to be coleslaw on paper. Hello, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, and then they had other people as prisoners of war, right here where I live at right now.
Yeah. So, and then Wabo's an Algonquin word too. Like yo, also stupid. Also stupid. It mean water in Algonquin. Y'all so stupid.
It means spirit keeper. It's associated with the white buffalo calf god, Wakantanka. Y'all just using a positive word as a negative, and then trying to abo that they use on Australian Aborigines.
Yeah, y'all turning indigenous words into fucking slurs. Y'all are the worst people ever. Yes, it does. I'm literally on the guy. It literally is in a fucking song, dude. Wabo means fucking water in Algonquin. Hold on, I'm right here, dude. This is from an Algonquin woman. Nibi Wabo, Indian, Aki, Miskwi, Nibi Wabo. The water that I carry in my womb is the blood of the Mother Earth. Like, what are we talking about? Let's research. We can research. Parish Arts. Where is this place at? This is a goddamn conservation center. Wabo. Yeah, they got Nibi Wabo water ceremonies. Algonquin. Chippewa, to be exact. Ojibwe. And also, wow. Y'all crazy as hell, boy.
Well, they know language though.
Keep reading. You don't know the sentence. So I ain't no Ojibwe, so I ain't got no it's not y'all stopped before. Like I can speak Powhatan. That's the Algonquin I speak. How about that?
They need to go sip some Wabo because they over there stressing right now.
Yeah, sip some Wabo. Coffee Wabo is coffee. Yeah, Coffee Wabo. And also shout out to Tohonga.
There's also Wabun, Wabbit.
Well, tell me what Wabo mean.
Wabiano.
Tell me what Wabo means since you're Ojibwe, Coca. What does Wabo mean? Because what I'm picking up, my reading comprehension. No, you're right. I'm not any type of native. I ain't never say I was, nigga. It's not Ojibwe. Well, what the fuck is it? Why is it? What Algonquin is it?
So if you say wobble baby too many times fast, somebody gonna think you doing the song. Wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble baby. Let me stop.
Oh, okay.
So it's already a song, nigga. Ain't nothing y'all can say that.
Okay, so Sakawan. Okay, so Wabo can be found in Sakawan too, right? Lakota, Dakota. It can be found in Lakota and Dakota languages too. Let me just look at it. Wabo, Lakota. Hold on, 1 second. Lakota, Wabo, Lakota. Let's see. All right, you can go ahead. You can go ahead, Chicago.
Oh, I just wanted to ask Crystal, is that list for Wayne County in North Carolina?
Yeah, Wayne County, North Carolina. Yep, it sure was. It sure. What you say, babe?
Hey, Chicago, what part of Chicago?
Like Mr. Garside know what part of Chicago you from. Chicago.
The dangerous part will steal your shoes off your feet.
Uh-oh.
I ain't trying to hear that shit, shorty. I'm from Chicago too. What part of Chicago you from?
That's the south side and the west side. Which one? Which
Chris
Pick a
been
day,
in Chicago before.
I lived in Chicago for 2 years, honey, from either on the west side, or either on the north side or on the south side. You will get robbed. Okay, you go downtown on State Street or Wabush, State and Wabush, and get robbed under the L. What? The L? What?
I've been in Chicago all my life. I only been robbed in Milwaukee. That's the only place I've been robbed at, in Milwaukee. Milwaukee is a low level ass shit right there. Chicago, I felt safe in Chicago.
That's crazy.
I seen all the crimes on TV. I never witnessed nothing with my own eyes while I was there to be, you know, for real. I didn't never see nothing myself, but I seen it. I went to Milwaukee too. What's that big festival they have in Milwaukee?
It's called the Summerfest or State.
I mean, it was so many colored folk. Good blue. Woo.
Why you so quiet? A lot of those black folks that's in Milwaukee are actually from that Wisconsin. Because I was questioning like how many y'all come from Chicago somewhere else. A lot of them say, nah, we've been here. Because you know, Wisconsin had a slavery up there. There was it's what's that shit up there? I think it's copper. They had a copper field, like a copper mountain up there in Wisconsin.
I'm quiet because I was just waiting for everybody to be done speaking until I start speaking.
Okay, I was like, who is this?
Yeah, I just wanted to chime in on the whole Native American thing. So, from my understanding, I don't know if this is false history. Most likely is. Sounds like you guys know a lot about your history. So correct me if I'm wrong. I guess during the transatlantic trade, the slave trade, that spanned during the 1700s to 1800s. That's the way like black people built this country during that time. But during that time, a lot of black folk would try to escape.
What's up, Omar?
And, you know, become freemen. But the only way they were able to, do that was to get some help from some good white men back in that time, and the indigenous people that were around that region. So I do kind of agree with black people being part Native American, because during that time they would get into these tribes would help them become freemen, and then they would procreate with the Native American women and so on and so forth. So correct me if I'm wrong on that.
That's a fallacy. Because
I got a question.
Hold on. Let me go.
Hold on, Tyrone. Put me in the big screen. We finna squash that right now. Put me in the big screen.
Wait, because I know the data.
You see that right there, book right there, sure. My family were free people of color. They were not ever bonded. They didn't ever come from anywhere. We was always in North Carolina. Okay, I am up under the territory of the Tuscarora Indian. I ain't in the tribe. My husband is, but I don't gotta be, because guess what? My grandparents are free people of color in 1763, right, when they decided to make the people of my area free people of color in North Carolina. Okay, 1790, my grandparents are on the census. My grandfathers are on the census as free people of color. 1790, not ever bonded by nobody. They come on no stinky boat from nowhere.
Is there a possibility
you
that
see this book right here? Not no possibility. You see this book right here? This is in the Library of Congress.
Yes, but prior to you said 1776?
No. I said 1763.
Okay,
my grandparents got called free people of color. They used to be Tuscarora. They are Scarati Wokan. Scarati. Can you say Scarati?
Scarati?
No, you ain't say. Nabisco cheering people to help us do nothing. I still
But
own
maybe not you, not
but I don't know
not your
what you're
people.
speaking of. No, you
Maybe
can't
not
do
your
it
people
real wrong. You see,
specifically.
you didn't know, so I'm trying to
But
tell you what you don't
there's
know.
been millions of
And I'm telling you, the people of the
people.
East Coast of Carolina are free people of color, renamed, reorganized, everything, misclassified, and a whole bunch of other stuff because of my complexion. Hello.
Here's some advice I'm gonna give you, Art. Say your whole name. And Crystal, I want to ask you a quick question about, because I was trying to type in the chat, but you didn't see my messages about what you were saying with your family in North Carolina. But before I say that to you, Ark, I want to give you some advice. You need to research just like all the rest of us was able to research and find information, find hidden documents, find hidden scientific archaeological proof that we was already here. It's there for y'all to find instead of y'all combating us, fighting us on it, asking us to give y'all all the receipts that we have the same way we found it. Y'all can go find it. And when you go search it out, y'all will find out in order for them to take this land, they gave a description of a couple of tribes and generalized it as that's what all of the tribes here in America look like. And y'all believed it. Y'all can go find the information to find out that was not the only tribes that was here. That wasn't the only description of how they looked. That was just the ones they chose to put in the book and leave all the other descriptions of all the other people out. And when I say America, I don't just mean North America. I mean the islands. I mean South America. They told y'all, they sold y'all a bunch of lies. Go and look for it. I'm not being, any other time I got all smoke for the BS, but I'm being genuine with you right now. Go and search for the information. It is out there. That way, y'all can see we're not BSing. We're not making this up. We have no reason to make this up. Don't nobody want to take nobody's identity. After all the stuff that's done, y'all really think we got the energy to try to take somebody's identity?
Right.
Like, we're not those type when y'all cosplaying as my cousins on paper and you're not, because I'm a direct blood
for some of them,
white.
for some of them, I give them grace because they don't know. They're only saying, they're regurgitating what they've been told by their elders. Their elders may know the truth, but that don't mean they know the truth. I'm learning that, talking to some of them. Some of them really be believing that there was no melanated people on this continent. But before somebody else go, Chris, I just want to ask you real quick. When you put that slave on this list up there for Wayne County, you were saying that those slave owners weren't white tea, because I came in right when you had it up, so I missed what.
Yeah. They were white tea on paper. Oh, I said coleslaw, girl. They were coleslaw Ofe on paper, right? They were Ofe on paper, but in all actuality, the realness of the person himself was a darkie. Really? Yes.
So, to answer him on a genetic standpoint, because I'd like for y'all to go rewatch Chief Natural's live debate with Pan-African, because he brought out several valuable sources that beats up these Native American pseudos and these Pan-Africans. So he brought up a paper that showed that Native Americans, they like using haplogroups to browbeat us into saying, oh, we not Indian or something like that. How come they find an A2 that the mitochondria of Native Americans A2 got L, which is associated with Africans, and also a T, haplogroup T, something like that, an R that's associated with Melanesians and Polynesians. So it doesn't even promote this Mongoloid or quote unquote full blood native talking point they're talking about. It's talking about how Paleo Indians were phenotypically Negroid in early peopling of the Americas. And you got a whole live movie called 10,000 BC showing you the phenotypic typic look of what Paleo Indians would have been, which they use admixed, racially ambiguous Blasian people as the extras and the old mother that's in that movie. And also they like to skip over the fact that many of us have these genetic markers that's connected and overlap to these Native American haplogroups that they throw in our face. So they shouldn't even use these haplogroup sciences to even as their argument for debunking Black Americans' Indianness. Also, none of these mainland United States Native Americans take these DNA tests because they got, like I said, they got NAGPRA, Native Americans Protection Grays Act, and repatriation. So they're teaming up with Polynesians who, in modern sense, they're trying to classify them as Mongoloid and under the term Austronesian, which we already know historically Polynesians were referred to as Negroes by Europeans because they got Jackson 5 afros, wide nostrils, thick lips, and they come in light skin to medium brown to dark skin in features. If is actually light skin. Me and her are basically I'm medium brown, my sister is yellow, basically. And they assume that we were all Aboriginal population over there in the Pacific Islands. I've gotten many of people stop me on the street and say, "Are you local?" They didn't assume that I was Melanesian or anything. And I get this same thing when I go around Latinos. They assume I'm Dominican or a Latino or something like that. And so it's not hard to put two and two together to see that these people are playing in our faces. But I let them play.
Okay, so I'm sure everything y'all said went one ear and out the other because we be telling them, these people this every day. They don't care. The simple question is, you asking us, do we have proof that we're indigenous? What proof? What do you accept as proof for someone to prove that they're African American? That's what I want to know. How would you prove that you're African American? What would be your standard of proof to prove that you're African American? That's what I want to know.
Answer that because he asked me a question in the comments.
Wouldn't
Because
it be
he's
the
trying to say
complexion?
he said he does agree that there were Africans here before Columbus. And I corrected him and said they were Americans, Negroid Americans. And he says, well, they must have come from some sort of migration. So what sort of migration? Because y'all swear y'all didn't migrate from the Bering Strait from over where the Siberians are. Y'all get offended if somebody call y'all Siberians. Y'all say y'all was here, y'all was always here. Y'all, so where did y'all come from if y'all didn't come from Siberia? You're saying we must have come from Africa.
The world is a big place.
Huh?
So the world is a big place. So I believe we all came from somewhere, migrated from somewhere originally to the Americas.
Okay, so I asked you that because there are melanated people all over the world. All over the world. There's still some to this day. There's some in Indonesia. There's some in Australia. There's some in India. I don't know if y'all consider that Southeast Asia, but there's also some in
South America,
Asia,
Central America,
Australia, China,
all over the place. There's even some hidden in Europe that y'all fail to realize that's been there before the colonizers appeared out of nowhere. So y'all are saying we must have come from Africa because the history that y'all learned is that no Black people was here in other places except Africa. We was all just in Africa, which is a lie. If you did your research, you would know those explorers, when the ones who first so-called got to America, which they got to the islands first, the first people that they saw was Negroid-looking Indians. The ones in Trinidad, they was because of the fact that they ran into some who reminded them of the Hindus over in India, what we think is India, where they thought they was at. Because they ran into some of those, they was shocked and looking
y'all supposed to be brown. Y'all supposed to be your color. If y'all was the real people here, y'all want to go off the first description of America, the Americas, y'all supposed to be brown skin, different variations of brown skin with straight hair. Most of y'all don't have brown skin.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not explaining nothing to you. Because everybody be explaining themselves, and y'all still be thinking the same thing. So
Yeah, it's all this.
So I
It's
want
supposed to
you
be
to.
disingenuous as hell.
No,
man.
I
Yeah,
agree
I
with a
want you
lot
to
of it
explain
because
what's
I
your
like getting
standard of
educated.
proving that you're African American. How would one prove that they're African American?
Where Darby go? Did he did I hear wrong? Did he just say the same thing the other dude said the other night when he thought? How many generations you think we've been here in America?
I mean, shoot, I don't know. There has to be, you know.
No, I'm asking you what would
because you
prove
said three.
what would prove that the person
loud as
descends
hell.
from Africa. That's what I'm asking you. What would be the standard of proof?
Shoot, the standard of proof, testing your bloodline, I guess. I don't know.
So a DNA test.
Them damn afros.
So a fake DNA test would prove that we come from Africa.
Nobody with no
This is what I
afro.
mean.
Hold on, y'all getting a little too loud in my ears, man.
So you're saying a fake DNA test would prove that we're from Africa?
Well,
Not a fake one, a legitimate one.
It is fake. You can't use an ethnicity test in the court.
Can I say something on the DNA test, brother?
Yep.
Because I took the DNA test, right? And so if we're gonna play those DNA test games, I tell you what, if we take the DNA test, right, and we don't match no living people in the parts of Africa, then how the fuck we African?
I'll be back, y'all.
Okay.
Because
don't explain the DNA test. I want you to explain how, since you told us, recommended us take a DNA test. Can you explain how DNA testing works? Hold on. Can you explain how DNA testing works?
Well, it goes through your, just like any other blood test, right? You know.
What do you mean blood test? You spit in the test and you send it to the lab. That's not a blood test. That's a spit test.
Yeah, DNA. You guys
track it with your blood and your spit. Any sort of DNA.
Okay, well, what website lets you test your blood to find your ethnicity?
Shit, you got me on that one. I'm slumped. I don't even know.
No test for that, dude.
So then why did you recommend it? What are you talking about?
I didn't recommend it. You asked me how do
I asked you how would someone prove that they're of African descent? How would you prove you're African American? You said a DNA test.
That was my assumption. That's how you could get,
So you don't know the standard of proof to proving that you're of African
So
descent?
what would be the standard of proof?
Well, I don't know. Finding someone in your tree born in Africa?
Yeah,
common sense. Like, what are you talking about?
Ship manifest records of Africans coming in. But since I just seen the video of Topcast and them, they just broke down the transatlantic slave trade, right? Ain't no fucking records of a lot of millions of Africans coming here. And that's one of the problems that a lot of people have. Because when I ask y'all, well, show the ship manifest of at least 20,000 Africans coming to Americas. Just coming to the fucking islands from Africa. You can't show that because there is no records of that shit. So that's another way that y'all say take the DNA test, because y'all know there's no physical evidence of that shit. So you can tell them up for take a DNA test. And we all know the DNA test is biased because they testing us against each other saying that's African. But when you go on the continent of Africa, there's no living Africans with no family, no aunties, no uncles, nobody saying, hey, I took the DNA test and them people in America, my motherfucking cousin. You're not finding that shit because them boys are not seeing that shit. But we saying, damn, we got 30%, 80% Nigerian, but we ain't got no family in Nigeria. So that right there show you is bullshit, bro. All that shit is bullshit.
Okay, well, I'm gonna let them keep explaining themselves to you. I don't explain shit to y'all because y'all don't listen. I just asked y'all a simple question, and your entire logic unravels from itself. There's no need to explain shit to y'all. All you gotta do is ask questions to y'all, and we can see how confused you are. So I'm gonna let them talk to you.
This isn't
gonna drop down because ain't nothing else to say. Ain't nothing else to say. You couldn't even give me a standard of how you know you're African. So.
American Indians has the oldest.
You're very defensive for no reason.
Sickle cell anemia found in the bones that they find in Mexico and the bones in Puerto Rico, and they also skip past the fact that these Paleo Indians, these Olmecs, all these bones that they test that's in Central and South America, not Alaska, not the United States. They're saying that this indigenous American marker that they tested, their only data sets are people from the Caribbean, Latin America, and South America. And so they're not using these indigenous people from the United States Southeast, Eastern Woodlands, because they got a whole act that prevents us from testing it. And so they're finding things that's similar in the African American genome to these early Paleo Indians, like sickle cell anemia. They're finding things like L markers. They're finding that Black Americans have blood type O, just like Native Americans. We're the second largest people in the world that has O positive and O negative blood. And companies do not use blood tests. That is outdated. That was used in the 90s, but until like recent studies in the 2000s, they changed it over to spit in a tube to swab method. And so with the Human Genome Project, they haven't even collected a whole bunch of African spit. They only took like 14 to 20 regions in West Central Africa and tried to say that, oh, we all come from these modern living people, hiding the fact that you got Albert Perry, who they changed to him being the original
the whole world stage with talking about indigenous American lineage, because it's not only telling us that the first Indians were Black people,
it's also discrediting and debunking the out of Africa theory and the Bering Strait theory, in that life may have started here in the Americas and with Native Americans' own oral traditions. They even mention knowing about the so-called old world being in the shape
I mean,
of
let's shorten our talking points. There's no way he's gonna address all 8 or 9 talking points you just brought up. Like,
No, wait. Do you believe that that most but not all Native
queue want to
Americans
come up.
migrated from Mongolia?
You said what? Hold on.
Siberia?
What you say, CR?
In the queue that's been waiting to come up. So if somebody on the panel wanted to drop down to free up space.
Yeah, I'll head out.
Okay, for a second. I just wanted to say to him real quick before I drop. Like Tyrone said, everything he said was true. When our people do them DNA tests, only a very tiny, small percentage actually trace back to Africa. Everybody else does not get any relative or any hits, any type of matches for Africa. There's no cousins, no long lost relative in Africa. Also, like he mentioned with our prayer, he said my talking point that I was going to say. He has the oldest DNA in the entire world. He's a Black man from South Carolina. Now, I don't disagree with them saying they dismissed it and saying he was traced back to Cameroon, because he wasn't. If you look deeper into that study, they couldn't figure it out. They said a couple of his DNA markers they found in Cameroon, but the rest of them they couldn't find anywhere. But my thing is, y'all don't never been told y'all had any type of the oldest DNA of anybody. So how is it that y'all who are a younger people than our people think y'all was here before our people? Our DNA is older than y'all's. We was in existence before y'all. There's no way y'all was here before melanated people.
So your whole point is that we came from somewhere else, and you guys were in the Americas before the Native Americans.
No, our point is that you are our offspring.
Yes, thank you. Like I said, we didn't come from y'all. We're not saying that.
With that brother who you have mentioned, they don't even think about those people that the markers that they finding over there is probably some of his family that got shipped over there, because they was taking our people from here and shipping them out of the country too. So that might be some of his distant relatives that they finding those markers that's hitting over there, as well as all of the other ones they try to match us to.
Small group of people they found in Cameroon, not the whole Cameroon. It was
11 people.
I'm saying that is the whole people, but I'm just saying them few that they found over there probably is his people. You did, because that's the only way they could really tie that shit to you. And I'm saying they were sending
they're
out
not
people
even
out
related to him. CR, they weren't even related to him. They just said that they matched.
trying to say that's okay.
No, they only matched a small amount of his. I'm sorry if I'm loud. They matched a couple of his markers that's from his DNA, and that's it. Majority of his markers in his DNA They found no matches whatsoever. Those people also was not related to him. They got so desperate with their research to try to figure out how his DNA is older than everybody because it disproves their out of Africa theory that they started testing his DNA against monkeys.
That's a fact. And this is what we got to deal with is these Darwinists that's trying to push this monkey to man theory. And I caught Turtle Boy with this grip because this is how he turned on the Aboriginal community. Because beforehand, he was talking about how DNA don't work. He was reposting that Nigerian Igbo guy takes a DNA test from African ancestry and came back that he wasn't even Nigerian Igbo. He was Hausa, Tikar, and Fulani on his Y. And so we gotta deal with these clowns trying to push this Africa-only narrative. When indigenous Africans take these tests, they cannot get their genetics to go back to a quote-unquote African diaspora to people that they're defining here within the United States. It don't show up in recent autosomal tests when it shows you like the recent relatives that are living today that are close related to you. It'll show you Black Americans that's within the United States, Alaska, Hawaii, or wherever in the world. It'll show you white people that's related to you. It'll show you Asians. It's not yet going to show you a Native American cousin that's related to you because they're not tests at all. They're sitting up here saying that y'all not native, but if they take the DNA test, it'll show us in a family tree because we all mix together. Like the white man force indigenous females to sleep with nigger males. Like it's not alien. And you get pseudos like Skip Gates that people want to run with and say it never happened. The internet can do a lot of things, but you can't sleep with somebody you can't see. That's his own words at that California University lecture, but he's dismissing maroon communities. He's dismissing that indigenous Native American Mongoloid females bought Negro slaves as concubines and replacements for Mongol-style natives are being sold into the Caribbean. And those people must have been admixed with these alleged Africans in the Caribbean too, because they dismissed that information. And also, if you're gonna bring up,
can I slow you down 1 second? Because I want you to know that they didn't. So in 1736, 1724, King Charles is still in the king, right? Charles II, the colored boy king, right? They wrote him. The book is called the Genealogies of Edgefield. Okay, and in this book called the Genealogy of Edgefield, you can also go get these documents in the UK government asked for May the 15th, 1724, right? As for the documents in doing in. Okay, so this is what they told King Charles, that they could not get to the western part. They was in South Carolina. They could not get to the western part of the country as well as they wished they could get to the exterior of Africa. Okay, they couldn't even get to the exterior of Africa, more or less to the western part of our country, which is across the Appalachian Mountains. They couldn't go across the Appalachian Mountains. Okay, mind you. Okay, and when in the 1700s, then they made the 1740 Negro Law. Right, when they said that the Berbers, the term Negro SLs is confined to the ancient Berber and their descendants, not meaning the free inhabitants of Africa, such as the Egyptians, Moors, and the Negro Asiatic Lascars. So I'm ready to go to court. I'm ready to go to court.
Chief Natural also
all the other stuff. We're gonna use just the laws, none of the other stuff. Just it.
Yeah. Chief Natural posted in his video or recent lives that he has a book written by the Chinese education system talking about how Asians got over here, and he provided evidence of them being admixed into the population, and it's not just us birthing these Mongol style offspring and mutants of us, but also we had Asian invasions come in. But grifters like Pan-Africans and these natives that's claiming that they want to sue us, they like to throw in our face this 5 civilized tribes stuff. And the 5 civilized tribe slave owners that they keep referring to are metis, mestizos, people that are half Mongol style native mixed with white. And with combining that with DNA, they want to claim that 5 civilized tribes weren't miscegenating with their so-called Negro slaves. But we have to take into account that that's not true, because we had the Asian slave owner named Ng and Ching Bunker, the original Siamese twins who were pro-Confederate and owned slaves. They raped their slaves. They have Blasian offspring and also half white offspring. And we have to take that into account, because most likely these Native Americans also participated in the Palenquage grape system of us, because these people were cheating with this matrilineal deception, bringing in white. Hold on, ma'am. Hold on. They were bringing in pretending white males. And so if we were to take these clowns seriously with these DNA tests, it will only show the white part of these white native slave owners that raped some of these Negro slaves. And it's disingenuous because it won't show the indigenous female on that side. It'll just show a white male Y chromosome, but they want to promote the Sally Hemings scenario, who was an octoroon, onto us. But
that's interesting, because my white tea great grandfather sure left us a lot of land. So all that graping, that story, I don't know. But it's kind of interesting that that's the legacy that these people want to perpetuate on to some of our ancestors, because it's not that way for everybody. So it's interesting that you brought that up as a fact when my lineage says it's not true. But
she's a lineage. It ain't true for my folks either, honey.
You on that one?
Yeah,
I agree with you on that. I feel like they did that just to try to explain a way of how, we populated so fast. If we was the place that they bought the fewest amount of slaves. And I keep telling people they need to question of how a G-side of 10 million people supposedly happened here in America, and then they said only 10 million made it over in the Americas in the slave trade, and our part of the continent was the least amount, but yet that number is still exactly the same. It don't add up. It will never add up.
It doesn't at all. And then if you
your grandma and your grandpa, you get like 25%, and then get to your great grandparents, you get 15%. So go all the way to the 8th generation.
this is the Black American woman. So I don't like. Okay, so you remember the testing we found when they found they only tested 20 African women, and out the 20 African women, 18 of them was from America, and 2 of them from South Africa.
Yeah.
Finish.
What's up, receipt goddess?
I want to see us go to court with these clowns.
I've been looking and all that, especially the paying goofies. They always see the slave manifest, and I've been checking them. I've been checking the boat, whatever.
They don't even check the slave manifest.
And
no, I don't mean like literally. I'm saying what they say. It just has. What's that dude that be doing
the little DNA test for celebrities? I can't think his name right now. I'm trying to know.
Gates.
Yes.
Gates.
Yeah.
I peeped some. I caught some. He tried to say real fast where he said, but even the dude who they did the whole slave trade thing from, his book, YC guy, they basically said that a lot of those people that's accounted for being on those ships, it was a small number of actual slaves, and then everybody else was the captain and crew. They don't talk about that part, but I've been looking into those slave manifests or so-called manifests, and I probably have only seen like maybe 1 or 2 actual ships that came from Africa. All the rest of them came within the Americas. Like it either came from South America to the islands, from the islands to North America, from North America to somewhere else in North America, or from North America to the islands of South America. It wasn't coming from Africa. All them ships kept saying they was coming from somewhere within the Americas.
Mm-hmm. True, because a lot of these Caribbean and European places that they're talking about was here, literally. So I don't know.
I seen my people on when it comes to a ship is them riding a ferry back and forth between Louisiana and Texas, and that was back in the early 1800s. So I everybody's story ain't the same, but at the same time, if they want to talk about where our people was moving around, this paperwork can be found. So this is something they was just doing as a luxury, you dig? So that's just a piece more of my story that to add to this gumbo that we working out with all of the things that happen with our family. So it's melding together on our end. But if they want, like we keep saying, if they want to take this shit to trial, shit, we ready for it. Paper lined up.
And I wanted to.
If they want to take it to trial, sign me up, because so they could prove that they really tried to take our barter system and turn it into a slave trade from a whole nother continent. First of all, it would have been the African slave trade. It wouldn't have been the transatlantic. You get what I'm saying? Right. The Atlantic is here. So I don't, hell no, that shit don't even add up. Nobody can actually get a boat from here to Africa at all. From the 18 to the 14, nowhere.
You can't even do it today. If we was all like, all right, y'all, we about to go back right now, we would all have to get on a plane. Y'all, we would not be able to take a boat all the way from America to here. There's no travel guide for them.
Exactly. And we got big Titanics and all of that. We ain't using wood. We ain't relying on the wind, which was going what? Relying on the wind was 6 knots, which is 6 miles per hour. Yeah, all right.
Hurricane season
with somebody else.
I would want them to do it so we could subpoena the U.S. government, Congress, to pull out all of those original journal accounts that they keep hidden, keep on lock.
Yeah, I agree with that, but they actually would look at us like we crazy, but they would say that, why are you using the political map?
I put myself in a big screen.
You
and
get what I'm saying?
Put me in a big screen.
Hold on.
Big screen. Go ahead. Let me see. I wait.
No, I was
on the big screen too long because of that picture. Don't keep it on there too long because of that picture.
To go back to what Coco was saying, like we don't know our language and stories. For one, we do. We got shit like Anansi the spider. That's basically Iktomi and grandmother spider. You got
we ain't even gotta explain that, bro, because they using our alphabet anyway.
Yeah, they using it, but we got the semis, we got voodoo rituals that's exclusive to the Americas that they want to associate with West African voodoo, which would be Mawu and Dumbala, Oya, Yimya, all these Orisha stuffs and Dogon stuff that really never actually made it to the United States because we got our own spiritual systems. We got carryovers from indigenous American practices within the church.
Yeah, when you look into their languages, though, their languages are new.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally, they always tell me, "Oh, I speak Algonquin." First of all, no, you don't. You don't. Secondly, y'all, I mean, I have a whole list of these people when they say that their tribes and all of this stuff. First of all, y'all are reservational. Y'all were the Indian police. Let's keep that 100. Y'all languages is so new. I'm talking about the newest one I ever knew was 2012. So I don't know who they playing with. Yeah, all right. How your language, first of all, if you're original people, right? How everybody don't know your language. Everybody should know it. Just like everybody speak this language now. They don't even know the roots to it. Oh, it comes from England. First of all, it was the Anglo language. Changed to Ingo by the Romans. Changed to English by the Germans. But I've actually found something in that. I think it's the Jays that actually did it, but I ain't gonna say about it right now. But yeah, the ish to our language is basically saying words all together. That's it.
So this book right here called The Devastation of the Indies, right? And in this book, Bartholomew de Casa, he said they called it the Appalachian slave trade, right? And what you were saying with the boat dockets records that you found, right? This book right here, this book used to be $250K, right? To own this book was to purchase it was $250K. Okay, they give out Bibles for free. Okay, the Gideon Bibles. Okay, so they call it the Appalachian trade, right? And they were taking people from the Appalachians, which is the East Coast, right? Because the Appalachians go all the way up to Canada, go all the way down to Alabama, Mississippi, right?
Now talk about
Appalachians. Huh?
Hey, what's up, Chief?
No, I'm here with you. Yeah, that book they call it the Appalachian trade. They were moving people from the islands, right? And I'm gonna put that picture back up real quick. Don't move me. Let me put that picture right. Let me put the West Indies back up.
Are you?
They was pushing us around. Not everybody family, just a few families, right? Not everybody family got moved around because my people didn't get moved around. Not everybody family, just some that got POW. But that right there, that's the West Indies, and that's the Appalachian trade right there.
Mm-hmm. That's the only way it would have ever made sense. And it's funny how right there in the Gulf it looked like Africa, but we ain't gonna go there. My whole thing is this: there's no way a voyage would have made it. You have to stay on the ley lines. Period. From South America, you could take the Caribbean route, or you could take the Central America route. Period. What else? Because the amount of water that would have been needed on these quote unquote voyages from a continent of Africa, even from Europe to over here, yeah, all right. Don't make sense.
We don't forget about
my bad. I was going to say they never talk about the indigenous enslavement, quote unquote enslavement of America. Why they never talk about that? That started in the 1400s, but it's really the barter system, 1440 on in. From the ports of Ohio and Ontario, all to the south, all to the west, all that. They don't ever talk about that.
That's the Hudson Bay. They went through the Hudson Bay. So there's a book, there's a document in the Library of Congress that say, I can't find it, it was from Germany. How many days did it take to leave from Germany to America, right? On a skipper. And it say 6 to 9 days, because they can island hop, across to the Hudson Bay from the Bering Sea to the Faroe Sea
and then they be in Greenland Sea, right? And then they be in the Greater. Then they be in Hudson Bay. Then they come on, scroll on into America through the Hudson Bay, and they go to Ontario and all those places that you just said. A receipt through the Hudson Bay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the seawater. I don't know if it's salt water or not. That seawater. I don't know if it's salt water. I'm not even sure. Okay. Well, they can still island hop and get fresh water, and it took 6 to 9 days on the skipper in the 1600s.
Yeah, because they found Christopher Columbus handwritings underneath in the what was it, the Mammoth Cave? What was that? I think it was from around 1400. I got that receipt. So go ahead, keep cooking.
Oh, okay. So we got this book right here. Don't move me. We got this book right here. I found this book because I had 2 cousins who were real close to me. Well,
you're breaking up.
In the other one, I didn't know which was, so I had to go in to cousins, right? And then one of the cousins had who were common an ancestor, and it was a grandmama and a granddaddy named John Carson and Mary Coleman.
You're cutting out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you was breaking up a lot.
Can you hear me? Oh shoot! Can you hear me now? Hello. Okay. So the grandparents' name was John Cox and in Colonial, Pennsylvania.
She in the Matrix bad.
I said, "Oh wow, where did you get this book?"
You in the Matrix bad.
Dang, I'm in the.
Yeah.
Earphones on or something? Because I don't see no bars popping up. But yeah. The screen, y'all. Let's get up to 30K. Stuck at 3-4 minutes since I've been here.
Yeah, like a liar.
Back. What's that?
What, sculpting?
Huh?
I'm sculpting.
I thought that was He-Man or something.
Well, I like to sculpt.
Dang, that's tight. I didn't know you sculpt like that.
Yeah, that's definitely pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Who that's supposed to be, the Hulk?
No, it's the Ninja Turtle.
Ah,
Michelangelo.
That's what I'm making. How you knew?
Party dude. I'm just saying.
You read my mind.
don't forget to give him his own blicky for that Call of Duty version.
I heard that was dope. Like,
It was. They backs is easy to pop.
my brother said that they were more like hit boxes or so. I don't know if that's true.
They are. They definitely are.
So what these people been now I'm seeing the topic. These people have been threatening to sue us for a while now. I wonder when they gonna just go ahead and admit it that they can't. The crazy part about it is we gonna sue them.
Yeah.
As a collective, so I ain't gonna talk about it.
Y'all Indian Defense League. Are you familiar with them?
What you say, Mister?
I was gonna say, you gotta remember, it's different Native American tribes, right? The ones on the East Coast are different from the Plains because the Plains really got put on reservations by
by the niggas from over here. So when the Buffalo Soldiers, who was Seminole Scouts, went over to the West, remember, they lost their war. And because they lost the war, that got put in place. So when you argue with Native Americans, you got to ask them where they're from. Because the Native Americans on the West Coast, they really have a problem with us because they feel like, well, bitch ass niggas, y'all help these motherfuckers put us on reservations. The ones that's like South, like in Oklahoma, they totally different. They want to take over the fucking identity.
I feel what you're saying. So I'm gonna ask you, when was the Seminole thing?
You talking about the Seminole War? Mm-hmm. That was 1700s, but a lot of them went to
when?
The 1700s. The
right.
It's not just 1700s; it's the 1800s too, because they were still fighting those wars. After, it was the main factor that ended the Civil War.
Okay, did y'all know why?
First one
there was a civil. Hold on, did y'all know why? Do you know that they was taking people? It was about a kidnapping thing. Mm-hmm. That's why they went to WAR. Now, for them to say that we put them on the reservations, the Moroccans did. Now, what I'm talking about as far as suing them is the fact that they have stole our records. They have been self-identifying as us. That's what the certificate of blood degree and blood quantum is. Do you get what I'm saying? The whole point is that all of these reservations are traces of the barter system that we already were about before they even came up. You get what I'm saying? These people are what you would call an inbred, TikTok just for entertainment, educational purposes only. Y'all could put some fruits in the chat. The fact that they have came up with all of these other offices, right, to make up fiduciary duties, right, to act as a beneficiary over our trust. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. That's how they was able to actually make casinos, and they basically have been doing private leases on the low with Pan-Africans and Moroccans too. So I want the smoke, and when I'm talking about smoke, I'm talking about charcoal, propane. Which one you want?
So I'm about to hop off here, y'all.
All right, bro.
Yeah, y'all take it easy.
Hey, Receipt, I might host a space.
Thanks for having us.
All right, for sure. Yeah, if anybody hosts a space, yeah, y'all can slide through there.
Y'all try
until
to
next
follow
time, y'all.
page.
Peace. Yeah, follow me.
1,000 followers.
Anybody going live?